Hello, and welcome to Masters of Beer Reviews. My name is Thomas Mel 75, and this is your Masters of Beer Reviews. We got company. We do Fandango Friday on J Terrio, Louisiana Beer Reviews channel of YouTube. We're going after hours on that one, or as James P. Madonna would say, after dark. Fandango Friday after dark, after hours.
Well, after hours, because dark occurs at 5 p.m. now here in the Northeast. So.
Oh yeah. And live is a drummer. The drummer, James P. Madonna. Go check
poetry, in case you recite poetry.
Progressive Discussions. Go look that channel up on the YouTube. And
you sound like the drummer on the Stones.
No, I got my African djembe, mahogany and goat skin.
All right.
Not foreskin, goat skin.
Djembe drum.
Djembe, yeah.
And this is Michael Hilton from the San Francisco area, and James P. Madonna, by the way, New Jersey State.
I want to say
of Western Beer Reviews.
Yeah.
I want to say happy Black Friday, because it was very black, I hear, and I did not go to any shopping malls or shopping centers because luckily people shop online now and they get free shipping, which is great. And they broke some records. The food and alcoholic beverages were extraordinaire, and we did a show. We did a show with Ron DiTirio, who is probably in slumberland right now, maybe
watching college football,
possibly. And
what's a D? What's a D? What's a D in his name? Is it like French?
And I want to say that this show is this show represents and promotes the great heavy metal rock group that this gentleman belongs to, Oxblood Forge. Oxblood Forge.
Yeah.
Shout out to Oxblood Forge.
Yes. Shout out to that.
Okay.
So if you're on, I will post a link to that so you all, Oxblood Forge, can check it out for yourself, people.
Yes.
Here's a link. I'll put it in a little chat. You go to this BandCamp website. You can listen. This is the best place to go, I think. You can listen to all of our music. You can buy some merchandising, and you can download music. Pay to download the music, or you can pay to actually have us send you some physical releases. So get on top of that if you like Doom, if you like Black Sabbath, if you like Iron Maiden, like all things traditional, a little bit of stoner rock elements in there, a little bit of Caius. I mean, go and join that one. So
when the wild wind blows.
Now, when you say pay for a physical release, this is nothing like pornographic. This is
we'll physically send you We'll physically send you a CD release.
Oh, okay, all right.
Oh, Jesus. All right, so this is a beer related channel, and look at Michael Kormaroff. Holy crap!
Kormaroff, where is he?
He's
Kormaroff
this is an all-round diverse entertainment. But anyway, I got here Ichiban, Kirin Ichiballs. I mean Ichiban, Kirin Ichiban. First press, 100% malt. I'm not exactly positive what that means, but I'm sure that Thomas Metal 75 might know.
We can find out about that one.
Kirin,
I'm drinking a beer. I'm going to drink a beer from this company I've never heard of. They're called Small Change Brewing Company, and Small Change Brewing Company is out of Somerville, Massachusetts. This beer is called, let me pull it up here. Let me solo the man out here. This is called Whatever's Cool with Me. India Pale Ale, 6.2% alcohol by volume. That kind of looks like Ralphie from Christmas Story. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, mine is 5% alcohol by volume, and but first malt I'm sure has a story connected to it. about.
Well, I will look for that on the internet shortly. But we also have Michael Hilton in the house, and he probably
Good
bring a really
guys.
good beer this evening. What you drinking today, good sir?
Good choices, guys. Welcome to Western Beer Reviews Special Edition. This is a progress check, and what we have is a Antwerp Stout
Ooh,
by Guinness,
Guinness.
8%, 52 IBUs. So it's an imperial stout, and I can't remember liking this a lot. I think it has
Zero's here.
What's that?
Mr. Zero from
Subject Zero. Cheers, everyone. Happy holidays.
Cheers, Mr. Zero.
Subject Zero says, "Cheers, everyone. Happy holidays. Happy holidays."
All right.
Antwerpen is like the city Antwerp, Belgium, right? That's what it's named.
So, yeah,
I believe so.
That's a reference to Belgium, yeah.
Yeah, Antwerp.
Yeah. You guys want me to pour it or?
Go right ahead. Yeah.
All right. We got. It's not a blue bottle. It's not a green bottle. It's a brown bottle of craft beer. Looks like James P. Madonna has a good one in. And Eric has a hazy indeed. That's nice from Massachusetts.
They should create a university to teach twerking in Antwerp. Twerking in Antwerp. Anyway,
He's got the
Good
Kirin
smoke, good bubbles.
Ichiban.
Ichiban, first malt. We're going to find out what this first press. First press, I guess, is when Thomas Metal 75 is approached by groupies after he does a gig, and the woman has got this rock and roll biker chick with big jugs comes at him, and he does the first press.
Let's see here. I'm gonna look this up so we
Big
know.
groupies are pretty awesome.
Let's see here. Kirin Ichiban. What is the first press method? Let's see here. For most brewers blend the first and second press of the wort. For Kirin Ichiban, only the first press of the wort is used. Premium quality, and the result is a refined taste. So they go right from the mashing to the filtration, to boiling, to fermentation, to packaging, to shipping. The first press of the wort is clear and pure. The second press of the wort gives your beer more body and more bitterness. So they're just going right to it being probably the cleanest tasting version of their beer that they know how to make. So, all right. That's right from the Kirin Ichiban website. But there it is in the glass, Kirin Ichiban.
Well, it does have a clean, refreshing taste. It is something that you can guzzle quite often.
Better than a Shijo Stout, would imagine.
Well, my favorite is Japanese beer would be Sapporo Black Lager. Black Lager by Sapporo. But the one I had Wednesday wasn't bad. The red ale, the Ichi, no.
Better than Tsingtao.
Yes. Well, Qingdao Lager is not bad, but
Oh no.
not bad at all. I mean, it's better than American, like nationally advertised macros. I mean, it's better than some of them.
But you know what's a finesse beer? A finesse beer is kind of like a Shijo Stout. I think a Shijo Stout is it can be okay, but it's kind of a finesse beer. That looks better than a Shijo.
Yeah, the Japanese beers are better than Qingdao. I mean, I've had I've had Kingfisher from India. Kingfisher Lager was actually decent, but it's hard to find.
So how is the
Sure.
Kirin Ichiban treating you there?
I'm sorry. Was that for Michael or me?
James P. Madonna, Kirin Ichiban. How is it going?
Oh, it is.
Ooh, hello.
It's a very it's a very well balanced lager tasting beer, a clean, fresh taste. It's the bitterness is moderate to low, equal to the malt flavor.
Is there a hop resin? Does it have a hop resin in it?
Probably not, but what do you think, Mike or James P. Madonna?
What was this question about resin?
Does it have a hop resin or a hop taste to it?
Very, very, very moderate to low.
Okay.
moderate to low as far as that goes. That's why it's
Okay.
Sapporo Black is the smoothest beer I ever had. It's exceptional. Yeah, at my local blah 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 blah. Kirin Ichiban price is the same as Bud Light. And you know what? You're right. And also, I used to buy the Genesee Cream Ale for $4.50 for 6 bottles, and that blew away your Miller, your Coors. I mean, I get heartburn from those beers anyway. But you know, you don't. It's not always about price that determines the best quality or bang for the buck.
Right.
You know, it's the price is not always a factor. I mean, Yinling is not the greatest, but it is definitely a fairly decent quality craft beer. I mean, even though it's really not considered craft anymore.
I think sometimes the price may even be a liability.
Yes, that could be true. But so far so good with Kirin Ichiban. That'll get your juices flowing for wherever the conversation takes us.
You know what it reminds me of? The Modelo Especial, their standard brand. It reminds me a lot of that.
Okay.
It's a decent beer. That it doesn't taste like a light beer, but it's something that is very drinkable at any time and as often. And it tastes like a good quality lager. You know, not a macro, preservative laden lager, and
Sure.
you know, like some of these guys are always bragging about.
I guess you could have Miller High Life for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but would you want to?
You know, last Saturday we left the diner about 4:30 a.m. and there was a really hot-looking Dominican girl. And she ordered bacon and eggs and toast and a Coors Light, and I said to her, Coors Light, no orange juice, and she says to me, I want to put a stick of dynamite up your ass and light it, and I would enjoy every moment of it. I says, oh, I says, is that literally you really want to put explosives in me, or is that you know, some code word for something else? I says, I gotta go. But anyway, yeah, she had a Coors Light with her. Speaking of what he said about having beer for breakfast.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, subject zero. Probably.
Well, Simon says that you know, they used to drink beer in the morning, and now it's been pretty much it's been sidekicked by, it's been kicked in the nuts by coffee, even though coffee has a lot of the same.
I love coffee. It's good coffee.
Yeah, and you know, cocaine's illegal, but cocaine experts say cocaine has purities that are better than alcohol. So coffee is worse than alcohol. Alcohol is worse than cocaine. I think it's pretty much all relative.
Yeah.
And this whole thing about Schedule 1 drug.
Now, I once saw somebody put. I don't know if it wasn't Rocky movie. It was someone put raw eggs in beer and just drank that for breakfast. I saw it on some.
I think that must have been a Rocky movie. Yeah.
No.
Was it Rocky, or did he just drink the raw eggs with nothing else?
With nothing else. Oh,
Yeah.
Michael doesn't like that idea. No.
Yeah, beer. I mean, I don't know if it was my grandfather that did it or if I saw it in a movie. I know my grandfather used to have a hen house, and he used to take the warm eggs right out of the hen house and mix it with an alcoholic beverage. You know,
Jeez.
like something similar to schnapps, but it was Italian.
That's a little
Don't you
hardcore.
have to cook the egg anyway?
Yeah, just crack the whole raw egg into the big glass, and
We need some help with this comment.
a strap-on dildo. What kind of strap-on is he referring to? I'll play a little strap-on music.
I'll explain that. But would let's see here. Would Michael Hilton like to explain the Antwerpian from Guinness Imperial Stout?
Antwerpen's not making me want to do any strap-ons right now, to be honest, which is a good sign. Antwerpen Stout, 8%, 52 IBUs. You can see the harp, and you see a nice labeling job on the back of this brown bottle. We got the head was something like 3-4 fingers a while ago. It poured out basically like the classic Guinness, although it does look darker.
Oh,
it does
wow.
look a lot darker than the original draft. And not sure about sediment. I think Deschutes Porter has sediment in it. Not
that looks. I didn't know that was a stout you had. That looks great.
This is a stout. This is a stout.
Oh, it is a stout.
It's not
Yeah,
porter,
real
it's not
stout.
porter.
Zero says a stick of dynamite. It means a strap-on dildo.
Okay.
It's sedimented. I think it's definitely sedimented, and good glazing on the glass.
Good glaze.
Light.
Oh, a good glaze.
It's a light beer.
It's
It's a light beer, even though it's 8%. Stouts are pretty light. I think porters are where all the strength goes in. Stouts are basically a light beer. Oh, you're getting a lot of vanilla, coconut. Not as many fruits as with the original draft. The original draft has an emphasis on a lot of fruits for some reason. Think raspberries. But for this one, it's a lot breadier. So, thank you for that, by the way.
Biscuit. It's a biscuit, man.
It's a biscuit. It's a biscuity beer. It's a very natural stout that we're getting. It's not fruit forward.
Natural stout. I love it.
Earlier today, he had a corn muffin flavor, Eric.
It's a lot like a breakfast stout that you could easily imbibe for breakfast, say on a day off morning. So.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Mr. Zero. As long as it wasn't a tranny, that a stick of dynamite is a strap-on. Oh, that's what that means in code. It means a schlong, artificial or whatever.
All right, Michael Hilton. Let's get back to you, and everybody's hubbed at Michael Hilton. Let's go.
Presto. Chocolate at the front, bitterness at the back end, good lacing, good seaside feel. Feel like, man, this is kind of like not only Guinness Draft on steroids, but they do it where it's Guinness Draft a little bit more natural, so you don't have the fruit really getting in the way there.
So you like it?
That aroma?
You like it better than Guinness, then?
Even after a couple sips, I like Antwerpen a little bit more than Guinness. I love Guinness, but it's a little too fruity. It's a little too fruity. Five viewers. Don't rub it in. Antwerpen. I think what's really nice about Antwerpen, it's higher content, but then less fruit, man. So you don't have as much fruit. That's kind of diluting the stout. Fruit can be good on a stout as long as it's done in a kind of calibrated way. I feel like some stouts, they don't have enough stuff going on. They don't have enough vanilla, breadcrumbs, as you mentioned. With this stout, they don't put any fruit in there. They kind of, let's see the back. They don't really get into what exactly they do here, but they take out the fruit, and that's just a really nice welcome addition to the beverage overall. And that's really nice when it comes to making a good stout and how to brew just about everything else.
Nice.
Yes, Mr. Zero. She was looking at me very with her eyes were very piercing, and she was like, she was a tall. She had a really nice tight dress on. A Dominican girl. She probably was maybe late 20s, early 30s. She was smiling, and she was talking about something about my ass. I don't know.
Rate, comment, and subscribe to his ass, everybody.
I'm going to the same diner this tomorrow, which is a good chance. If my friends are going to this club, I'm going to that diner. So if I see her and anything else progresses, I will let Mr. Zero know. A strap on?
Yeah, just keep clicking on that one. Oh, yeah. We got 4,000 viewers of our show right now. 4,000. Thank you, every 4,000 of you. It's important.
We have 4,000 viewers?
Yeah, well,
we deserve 4,000 viewers because we're the greatest.
And every other stream I ever go on, we always add 3 zeros to that number. So we got 4,000. Yeah. Y'all 4,000 people want to see a beer. All right. We got Small Change. That's the brewery in Somerville, Massachusetts. I guess it's outside of the city limits of Boston, but it's right next door. Ever Cool With Me, India Pale Ale. This was packaged on the 15th of October, 2019. Our bright and floral American IPA is loaded with juicy tropical fruit character and balanced with bitterness, hop bitterness. And the website here says it's loaded with Citra hops. Our bright and floral American IPA is a medley of East Coast and West Coast hop profiles packed with juicy tropical fruit character balanced with hop bitterness. I think that's all pretty true of flavor profile. So I was drinking a Pilsner earlier, so that's why I got the Airflow glass.
You got the lovely glass back. Oh,
yes, I like that. Oh, there you go, James.
The stroke. Just think
of Michael Hilton.
You said it looks like you have a Pilsner glass.
Yes. It's got a wide. I think this one's got a wide enough mouth that it
you also got a straight glass so that you don't get as drunk.
Nice, strong base to it. But yeah, in the light, it definitely has an orangey sort of golden color. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see it here. But yeah, there it is. Look at all of its sediment and haze to it.
Oh, look at that. All of Eric's beers look like a tropical fruit smoothie.
Well, it seems like I like to drink those.
Yeah, they look very inviting.
This is 6.8 or 6.2%. Maybe the website said 6.8, but this is 6.2. It has a little bit of an alcohol smell, to be completely honest, but it's not off-putting. It smells like a bigger, bolder beer. Definitely has some dank tropical fruits and dank in the oils and the hop resins.
Oh.
Grapefruit, definitely.
Dank mangoes.
Some orange mangoes, yeah. There's a toasty quality to this one. There's a little bit of a bubblegummy, like yeast strain, or maybe there's white wheat malt creating that note to it.
It's like a fruitcake biscuit.
Sort of. Yeah.
Fruitcake.
Kind of. Not overly bready, not overly punch you in the face with the biscuits, but there is some of that there. So
yeah, like with the Antwerp.
Just think of what kind of stream you would have if you were a urologist.
Ooh, Massachusetts, no. Intestinal beer reviews? No. All right, so it's got a straight up medium. It's going towards full body, but it's straight up medium. Crisp, clean. Just pretty refreshing. It's got really good amount of bitterness. I'm getting a lot of hop oils and resins towards the back of the palate that are sticking around for a long while here. And it's drying out the mouth, and you're getting that hoppy, bitter resin at the very end. It's got to be 60 or between 60 and 70 IBUs, I would think.
Love potion number 9.
It's a little bit more on the hoppy side than on the plain old juicy side, but this is another good New England style IPA. It's a little bit more bold and crushing you in the flavor department and the bitterness. So if you're a hop head, I mean, if you really like more of a bitter beer, this one is okay and good for you. This one cost me, last time I went to the liquor store, hello.
How's the pricing on that, Eric?
This is $4.46 for a single can.
$4 for one can. That sounds slightly reasonable. Slightly.
Yeah, I mean, generally these New England IPAs are going to cost you that much money. A beer urology stream would not have very broad appeal, I guess. I don't think so.
No, unless the people are into golden showers, Mr. Zero, they would not have a broad appeal.
What's going on, Middle Fruit? He says, evening,
Middle
Jim.
Fruit is
Haven't had a New England IPA in quite some time. That's our good buddy Paul up in the great country of Canada. Thank you for tuning in, sir.
Yes, I enjoyed Montreal profusely, but in Quebec.
Oh, if you guys like Deepas, have a couple Deepas here. Have a You Can't Handle the Juice.
Ooh.
You Can't Handle the Juice by Heretic.
You can't handle the juice. I noticed the base of his glass is great. Eric's glass is a fascinating base. It's thick
and this beer review channel of YouTube is sponsored by the band Oxblood Forge. Go catch them on oxbloodforge.bandcamp.com. There you go.
And this time, Oxblood Forge will not be narrated every few seconds like it was last time.
When I went to screen share, it asked me if I wanted to share audio, so hopefully that sounds okay.
Oh, yeah, if you sure not committed copyright.
Okay.
It's not bad at all.
All right, we'll play a little bit of this, then we'll get back to whatever we're talking about. We can talk about whatever you people want after Dark After. Then the song kicks in. It kicks in real hard right here.
Let's soak in that energy coming from this band.
And there's your sponsor for the evening's program, people. Yeah.
That sounds great.
Thank you. For anybody that wants that link again, there's your link. And he's got serious problems with his teeth.
Definitely want that. Eric definitely would definitely would like
Whoa.
that.
Whoa. 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 All right.
Something in your beer?
Something in his something in his teeth.
Radioactive isotopes.
Heretic has a beer called Make America Juice Again. I wonder who is their marketing team. Who is on their marketing team?
Probably MAGA support. Actually, that's You Can't Handle the Juice. That's a different one, but still, that might be a MAGA supporter, somebody like that. Heretic Brewing Company is an awesome brewery, but they are in inland California, so you might expect some Trump brewers. That could always be a possibility.
Breaking news: video shows school bus driver drinking beer while picking up students. Police say in the Cleveland, Ohio area. Yay, Aurora, Illinois. So not exactly Cleveland. No. Police said video shows this woman buying 2 beers at a gas station while she was on her morning bus route. The cameras inside the bus show her take the cans of beer and put them in brown bags and drink from the cans. 30 children were on board the bus at the time.
The old brown bags.
The police, police said after getting a call from a concerned gas station clerk, the district called the bus driver who fired the 44-year-old, and she posted a $100 bond on Monday. Oh, yay, woohoo. Good going her.
People be leaving beer bottles out during Thanksgiving on even downtown streets in San Francisco. You know, they just act like nobody's going to see it. It's just strange things.
Now, what if a physician, a dietary physician, recommended a craft beer with raw egg breakfast, and they show the cops prescription? I mean, you know, they can get away with that, right? I mean, say
I would not test the limits of the law on that one.
You know,
no.
I mean, I've heard of crazier.
They may ask how you do that.
I've heard of crazier diets.
Wow.
It's not crazy. It's actually quite nutritious because back in the, I'll be honest with you, back in the late 1980s, there was a whole radio show. Now this is historic. This was the first time I ever heard the word craft beer ever. and they were saying that craft beer, if it's quality without chemicals, if it's done old world style, is equal to eating whole grain bread, like the heavy duty whole grain bread that like they make in Europe. It has B vitamins with the brewer's yeast and all the ingredients. They said it has great nutritional value. So you combine that with like a few raw eggs, and you got yourself a quick meal for people on the go.
So then, what about coffee? Does coffee have those same?
I have to drink coffee, otherwise I don't fully wake up. I love the Trader Joe's dark roast. I like Dunkin' Donuts.
Donuts is good.
I don't like Starbucks. It tastes burnt. I like Sumatra the best. Sumatra dark roast is the best coffee I ever had.
Have you had Pete's coffee? Pete's coffee is Pete's is the way to go.
I heard of Tweaks coffee from South Park.
Shut up.
I've heard of Whistling Willie's in South Park. That restaurant, Whistling Willie's. Now, what is this called again? Pete's
coffee. James and Erica, Pete's is basically they brew their coffee like a beer. It's basically like a Guinness. You can have you guys are typing it.
I gotta look up. They have a website, of course, right?
Oh yeah. They're big out here in Cali. If you're in California, we'll show you Pete's. It's like you go in there and son of a bitch. Just when you walk in there, it's like you can have a beer without having a beer. The way they brew it is so spectacular.
Trader Joe's is in California. Also,
they sell Pete's.
Yeah, I think it's near in your region. The main office of Trader Joe's might be. No. You know what? I know it's in California. It's not a household famous town or city, but it's in California.
Yeah, but do grocers in your guys' area? If you search grocers in your area, and if you maybe try to search, what coffee do they sell in the grocer? So that you don't have to necessarily purchase it at the store, okay? Do you guys have that available in your area? Can you?
Now San Francisco has a store that a person from San Francisco told me was superior to Whole Foods. He called it Carnival. I think he said it was Carnival.
I know about Carnival. I've heard it. It sounds familiar. Never been to Carnival. Had a couple of dates over at Pete's Coffee. It's a great place to just do everything all around, and you feel like you're drinking alcohol. So.
What do you think? Fandango enough for you? Woo!
I'd be Fandango. I don't know about you, but I'd be Fandango.
Pete's coffee, everybody. Go get some.
4,000 streaming people.
We're down to 3,000 now. Boom! Come on, people.
You know what? You people have thin skin. You're too sensitive. Come. You know what? The hell with it.
All right. What else is going on in?
Yeah, but that should be everywhere.
What else is going on in beer? A week ago, Pabst would have been released a 99 pack of beer. A 99 pack of.
I live in PC Central. Right now, so I have to deal. You guys are handling that now. Wait until Bay Area is fucking awesome, but wait until you have to deal with shit coming at you. That's sensitive. Every which way.
Speaking of sensitivity, no, it wasn't Jay. It was my friend from Tennessee, Nathan Bates. Very nice man. He showed me a PETA, P-E-T-A, animal rights activist protest.
Jacob Johnny.
Hey. Reactor.
Beer reacher. Hello.
Greetings.
Welcome.
Yeah. So the animal rights activists had a protest against eating turkey, killing turkeys. Oh, you You can bond with the turkey. They,
Oh my God.
they show love. Everything shows. Even my lizards, my geckos show love. Not my scorpion. Now, that's another story. But anyway, they had a dude in his white underwear, laying on his back next to turkeys. Turkeys that were ready for the oven, and his legs were up in the air in the same position as the damn turkeys. So it's like, hey, we're at the top of the food chain. I'm not eating a tofu turkey like everybody loves Raymond the time that his wife made a tofu turkey. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, I saw this thing just a little bit ago about
Man, feel the PC crowd. Just you always have to tell the PC crowd.
Yeah, I know.
Quit pouting.
Reactors.
Keep walking.
Has the story.
Sorry.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hey.
I got dancing. All right.
Old Frankie live with us.
Ole. Oh.
And for those of you tuning in, we are live with 5 beer viewers at the moment.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Mr. Reactor had a story.
So you were talking about how animals and people are the same, but I just saw a thing from the
I think your mic is off, Beer Reactor.
Encyclopedia Britannica showing, it was a pictogram from the Encyclopedia Britannica showing nitrogen fixation, and they had specifically separated out what they referred to as natural nitrogen fixation as opposed to human nitrogen fixation, which means that human caused fixation is apparently not natural because humans are different from animals, apparently.
Well, according to ancient aliens, all the races come from different galaxies that were planted here. We're a big experiment.
You got to pick one or the other.
John and Nilly, gonna come on?
Say again there, Michael Hilton.
John and Nilly, gonna come on?
I think he is out of town this weekend, so he won't be able to join the stream. Fortunately. Yeah, I don't think he's doing his Stout Sunday on Sunday. I don't know if anybody else is going to fill in for that, but he's not even doing that.
What about Alex, the food?
I think he's on a private little chat with a couple other people. I think they reviewed cheese.
Private chat? That's lame.
Well, they go on StreamYard, and then when they're done with StreamYard, they're still streaming. And they're just sitting there chatting. You say enough of that. And you poured more beer. All right.
Hey, look, you got to grab the bull by the corns, like Archie Bunker said, by the corns. You got to go live stream into the stratosphere and intergalactic. We got to reach like beyond the galaxy.
What's going on, old Frankie?
Old
Frankie.
He's a young guy.
Okay. Hello, good sir. We'll come back to you later. Beer Reactor. Mr. Jacob Downey. What do we have a frosty beverage this evening?
Actually, I logged in before I got one. I was thinking I wanted to go get one because I just had one of these Lena caramel pecans.
Oh wow.
Okay.
That's good. Sorry, I just had my mic off.
And they're only like $4.50, which compared to some of the other 24 ounce. Well, actually, it's a 1.6 ounce, so it's like 23.9 ounces. But
that sounds really.
That looks pretty.
Oh, Frankie. Hello. We got two streamers over there.
Yeah.
Yo. Hello.
One, Wyatt. Hello. You can say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, I have my mic muted. I'm still listening to you all. I'm playing games. That's why I've got my mic muted.
Okay.
And I'm playing the new Modern Warfare. It's double XP weekend, and I'm so close to getting max level, and I need to grind hard.
Sweet.
So yeah, if you ever need me to talk, you'll have to unmute my mic because I'm ready to get my game pulled up.
Oh, okay. I think I can know how to do that. All right, there we go.
And if you wonder what I'm drinking, I'm just drinking agua. I'm saving my beer for next weekend.
All right, 100 out of 100. They're doing a private Pop-Tart review.
Pop Tart.
Pop Tarts.
Yeah,
All right, I'm still listening to you. I'm just ready to play some games.
Pop Tarts.
All right. James P. Madonna likes to come up with discussions and topics to discuss and teeth to glow.
I want to say that his beer, Mr. Reactor's beer, is real fascinating. It reminds me of from Mississippi, the Magnolia Brewery has a pecan beer, but I never had it.
It's caramel pecan coffee, but I gotta say the coffee is very chocolatey, and I can taste a little bit of the pecan. Like I don't know. I mean, it's not really a roasted pecan either. It's like the fresh inside of the pecan. So the essence of it.
I never had a raw pecan. Well, maybe I have. Wait a minute. It's interesting. There's a distinctive difference between raw and roasted.
Well, no, I mean it's like when I put the pecan in my mouth, I can taste the outside of it, and then as I chew it up, I can taste the inside of the pecan, and it's more of the inside of the flavor of the pecan, not the outside papery. So I mean, I'm saying the essence of the pecan really in the beer, and it's light, but it's there if I'm looking for it.
Yeah, I mean, getting back to what you said before. I mean, to be honest with you, animals more or less can bond with their human captives.
Turkeys. Half the time
they could. It's just that I can't turn vegan.
But there are farmers that are breeding turkeys just for animal consumption. It's not like they're creating a surplus of population.
Yeah,
they're purposely being bred for human consumption.
Look at the deer. The overpopulation of deer or anything really. Look at the wild hogs, the wild boar, and down south there's too many of them. I mean, but
the deer around here are horrible, man. They will run into your car.
Jeez.
They'll do serious damage. But it's like the human being was designed to be omnivorous. We're omnivorous creatures, and even primates. They're not vegans. Chimpanzees or apes, all these, even like monkeys, they'll eat insects.
Lacing people, lacing.
Look at that glass. Look at the thick, base.
This is the Pilsner Urquell glass, and very sturdy.
Yeah. But anyway, I just want to show guys what I brought there. I got a Kirin Ichiban first press. Damn glare from this can. First press, 100% malt. That's what I brought because I can't use it for Wild Card Wednesday because it's winter beers this Wednesday. Jay has a theme that it's going to be winter beers, I guess, for the whole month of December, which makes sense. But the thing is availability. Does your local liquor stores have that availability? Is there a website like Amazon that will ship any beer that's made anywhere in the country?
Yeah, that's the problem is that
you don't know.
Most states in the United States don't allow you to ship beer through the postal service or even through stuff like UPS and FedEx.
You gotta have a permit.
They get to single out wine and liquor as if those are like, especially with the wine, as if it's a more sophisticated product. So beer people that consume beers just like wine drinkers consume wine are not as important to society when it comes to alcohol. Okay, I don't get that. No.
I mean, otherwise there'll be an app.
Yes,
an app for ordering any wine or beer or hard liquor that's made in the U.S.
You got to have a permit unless you're shipping investment grade wine. We could call it investment grade souvenirs, not meant for consumption. But think of it this way: if you're going to ship something and you ship it through the mail, it's like a federal offense. That's a crime. If you ship it through UPS or FedEx, it's a private company, so it's a shame on you.
Oh, it's like reminds me of that reality show Moonshiners, where they have nothing better to do than to bust these poor people with stills. You know, ridiculous.
What do you think, old Frankie? What do you think of all these crazy beer laws and trying to ship beers in this country? Ooh. I cannot unmute you because you chose to mute yourself. There you go. Oh. We'll come back. Oh, here he is.
There we go. I said, to quote George Carlin, it's bullshit and it's bad for you. Enough said.
Okay. Very nice. And in the spirit of it's bullshit and bad for you, I'm going to drink another beer. This is a 60 minutes. Yes, another IPA.
Oh, that's a good one.
60-minute IPA.
They used to give in Europe, back in the day, they used to give young children booze all the time. And they
Dogfish head better not be giving them dogfish head.
You know, that's a good way to deal with, you know, attention deficit disorder or kids that are bouncing off the wall. You just give them some booze.
Some dogfish head, but even some people at brewery, even if they are at least 21 years old, they don't act like it. So it's like, you gotta be at least 21 if you're gonna be in brewery, 21 and over, and you gotta show it. You can't just be it.
You know, Michael Hilton, you brought up a very good point. How come you can drive? No, how come you could work at 16 or 17 years of age? You can vote and go to war and get killed at 18 years. But you can't drink alcoholic beverages until you're 21.
Look at that. I feel like there's been enough dumbasses in this country that have ruined it for the rest of everybody else. Taking it too far. I mean, yeah, sure. Drunk driving, unfortunately, is a thing that happens all the time. That's just an unfortunate part of society. But I think it just happened too hard, too fast. And at some point in the 80s, I think politicians said enough is enough. But I feel like old Frankie is going to say something about that real soon. Yes, old Frankie. No, he's not. No political discussion from him this evening. All right. Any rousing discussions you want to have this evening, James B?
Well, you said rousing.
Anything rousing? Why not? Make it rousing.
Well, the point I made before, it doesn't make sense. I mean, as far as when do they determine when a human citizen becomes an adult? You know,
why the fuck are kids allowed in brewery?
I mean, with everything, the voting, the driving, the working, joining the military. I mean, they're all different ages. You know, just like consolidated. You could work, drive, vote, join the military, blah, 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 all the above when you reach a certain age. And
what's the driving age for people in France?
I don't know, but I know people could
16 maybe.
People could guys could bang girls younger than 18 in these countries. Well, I know that.
Physically, anybody can do that at any age. Is it okay? Probably not.
I mean, it's legal in many parts of the world, but it's not.
18.
It's not.
18 is the age.
Where in Europe?
In France.
Europe's a little bit more.
Big deal. 18.
Europe is less stringent. Generally.
Well, look at Amsterdam. Look at Amsterdam, Holland. I mean, they got.
I mean, do you think when it comes to the alcohol and stuff like that, that they just have I don't know, they've grown up with it in their culture, in their society. They learn a little bit more mutual respect for the products. What you got there, Michael Hilton?
Amsterdam
Amsterdam.
T-shirt.
You've been to Amsterdam, have you?
I've not been to Amsterdam, but my
Ah,
mom
dang.
went to Amsterdam, and she says that she said that Amsterdam is really the place for those who are coming up in the world. It's a place to get some perspective. Basically,
And stuff right here. Yes,
You
stuff.
99 out of 100. 99 out of 100 for the T-shirt.
All right, sweet.
You get perspective, all
Well,
right.
what was I saying? Oh yeah, it's part of their culture, the alcohol, especially wine and stuff. Like in Italy and France, definitely, and in Germany, the beer is just a part of the culture. In Belgium, it's part of the culture. Everything's a part of the culture in England. So
Right.
they learn to mutually respect it, and people don't. I mean, I can't say people don't get drunk and abuse alcohol, for God's sakes, but there's just a little bit more respect for it at an earlier age.
The drug recreational drugs are decriminalized in some of those countries, like Amsterdam, Netherlands. Prostitution is in like retail stores. They have storefronts where the girls scantily clad say, "Come on down." That's legalized.
Wow.
Smokey and the Bandit.
Smokey and the Bandit is a good film to watch about smuggling beer.
Oh yeah. Here's some more food for thought.
They had a smuggle.
Weed legalization will probably reduce the number of problems with alcohol. Most people who smoke will stay home and not cause any problems.
Zero is absolutely right. And he said what Jesse Ventura said, that people that smoke weed, they just mellow out and sit in the corner, and they're peaceful, and they don't come home and beat up their spouse, and they don't cause trouble.
Oh yeah, like in the days of the speakeasy.
Well, speakeasies, they used to mix formaldehyde. They used to stretch the cheap liquor with formaldehyde.
Bathtub gin. All right.
Yeah, no, I would. It's not good. Not a good thing, because
people pouring out liquor in the streets.
Well, guess who passed that law? That stupid prohibition law. A bunch of religious zealots, a bunch of religious nuts.
They were probably more into alcohol than anybody at that point.
They're more into do as I say, not as I do, like the Vatican,
Okay, when I do it,
like the priests banging the nuns and the altar boys, and then they tell you how to live your life.
Anybody who does that, man, they're doing that more than anybody else, man. It's just
ATF would put poison in alcohol during Prohibition, blinding or killing people. So they're
we're drinking more than anybody else. I guarantee you.
I mean, the Catholic Church was responsible for the death of like 50 million people in the history of the church, and then
drinking more than anybody else.
I mean, people have died in the name of unproven religion more than any other factor.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of their
just
problem.
An excuse, though. I mean, somebody will always find a reason to start a war.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, zealotry. It doesn't have to be Christianity. It could be anything. It could be.
My problem with it is not just that they have a different belief system than me. That's not necessarily my issue with it. It's more or less anything you have to say that may not quite to a T align with those particular thought processes is wrong and in ancient times subject to death.
No one has been able to prove that their God exists.
As ancient astronaut theorists believe.
Oh, yeah. Like people say, Allah Akbar.
It's based on
ways to existence of God using science.
Yeah, I don't know.
We can use the law of motion and conservation of energy to prove that there is the existence of some sort of creation force. Now, there's a theory that the Big Bang is cyclical, which denies all scientific law and is a complete postulation. However, the fact that everything in motion was put in motion by something else, suggesting an infinite precursor of never-ending motion is false according to the law of motion. And the law of conservation of energy helps divide the energy out among everything that is currently moving. And so that which caused the motion is the unmoved mover, or God. And then we have to ask, is that unmoved mover intelligent or not? And so we look at things like organization and randomization. And like when you have like a corn seed doesn't turn into a raccoon or a Cadillac. It's always a corn plant.
Right.
So
it turns into corn. Yeah.
So
Here
there's
we go.
laws of keep an organization.
Here, a
So,
chapter in evolution is just faith, just like religion.
Well, if evolution was true, how come there are not primates leaving the jungle standing upright today?
Yeah.
How come, you know what I mean? There's a possibility that extraterrestrials did an experiment on primates and turned them into us, or we are just transplanted to Earth from maybe dying planets, the different races. Well, I tell you one
or
thing.
some sort of, yeah.
I can agree.
What's old Frankie say?
Yeah. Frankie's going to get back to us on all this. I know he's got lots of opinions on all of this. Or maybe he's going on Call of Duty Modern Warfare and is getting rid of all of these ideologies one by one. I don't know.
Look at the Asian culture. We have a lot. We have a tremendous amount of Koreans living in my area, and they're very unemotional, except with themselves. With other people, like they're very robotic. Like they don't make eye contact. They're just like there's no emotion shown. They're not like Latins and Italians and all the other people that are like openly friendly with strangers. Like they just like start telling jokes and start a conversation in public. They very conservative. They keep to themselves. They're quiet. No eye contact. Like almost like very robotic.
I'm going to agree here with Subject Zero for the most part. Is that your tax money gets used for whatever it is that the government feels is their wars to go out and fight, basically.
Theocracies and kleptocracy, and now a plutocracy. Would that be more or less like an oligarchy? The plutocracy.
You might be right about that.
The
Plutocracy thing.
what do you call imperialism?
Government by the wealthy.
What's all your opinions on Danish beer, like Tuborg or Ceres or Carlsberg? I know I love Carlsberg to death. That's my favorite regular fizzy yellow lager beer of all time, right there. I think the beers from the European continent, even just lagers alone, are much higher quality than our American Budweiser, Miller, and Coors style beers. That is my opinion on that.
Is there a Swedish beer called Jumpin' Jiminy?
I can nor confirm or deny that one, good sir. Jumpin' Jehoshaphat? What?
We try to do ratings. We try to do ratings on the beers now.
If you want, sure, yeah. Well, you were drinking the Antwerp Guinness Imperial Stout. How did that one go down?
I like that it's more natural than the Guinness Draft. I'm going to give it a 99 out of 100.
Whoa!
And feel like the fruit absence is keeping the beer a little bit more natural, so that when you drink it, it just feels like a natural stout. It's just you're not having any preservatives or.
Natural. I get it now. Okay.
The fruit can be good, Eric.
Yeah.
But it gets in the way sometimes, and I feel like Antwerpen really just minimize any of the fruit that the original draft does, and in a way, as you guys said earlier, they just have so much more breadiness in it. So it's a 99 out of 100. It's even a little hoppy, and it's a little bit unfiltered. It's 99 out of 100. World class.
Excellent. Sure. Yeah. James P had some Kirin Ichiban. which I don't recall ever disliking. But what's your thought on that?
Ichiban
You're still drinking it, yeah.
first press, 100% malt. As far as I'm trying to determine what to classify, yeah, strap-on beer.
I gotta keep clicking that. Sorry.
I'm trying to decide what classification is, but let's just say amongst Asian beers,
Yeah.
I would, compared to the others I've had, I would give it a 92.5, 92.5. Out of 100. Not quite a 95.
All right.
Not a 95.
Breaking developments here.
Sorry guys. Have a Sierra Nevada Pale Ale.
Ooh, nice. That should be more similar to the 60-minute. Yeah. We got a share 010. I got a huge problem with science when they talk about evolution. It's like we think, or it could be, or if it was, isn't science to me.
I think Ancient Aliens, there's more validity with what they say about that we're an experiment or we're transplanted from other planets, as far as evidence goes.
Science has to, but I don't even know if I'm pronouncing your name right. Sheraton. I'm going to call you Sheraton.
Sheraton, like the hotel. Sheraton.
Yeah, Sheraton. Sure. Let's pronounce it as if you were from Israel. Sheraton.
Sheraton.
All right. Anyways.
Sheridan.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. What I'm going to say here is that I disagree that with the it could be, or if it was, or we think, because that's how science starts. You got to start with a question, and it's the scientific method, right? We all learn that in school. Even when I got my political science bachelor's degree, which I've done absolutely nothing with, but even with social sciences, you start with a question, you get a hypothesis, you do all the research. If there's an experiment to be done in which you're collecting data or something like that, you do it, and then you figure out what, if it could be or not. Could it be or could it not be?
Yeah, double-blind, placebo studies, etc. You know, and then things are debunked. Things are debunked all the time.
You're going to be able to determine. There's going to be a conclusion. Whether the conclusion is I cannot conclude, that's still a conclusion to what you are doing and finding out in research information.
I'm glad you mentioned the word question in regards to science. Now, the gentleman that just made the comment about science and evolution, Sheraton.
I like that one. Sheraton.
Sheraton Hotel.
Sheraton. R-O-T-T-E-N. Yeah, Sheraton.
Sheraton Hotel. It could be like the Sheraton
Hotel right there.
The whole entire hotel can be a whorehouse. Sheraton Hotel. Hey, that's a.
We haven't heard from good old Frankie yet, but I know he knew Scott.
The apes, the primates. You know, if somebody's going to attack, going to support religion and attack science, you got to think about it.
Yeah.
No primates are evolving as of the modern times. You don't see
Are
them.
we evolving or devolving?
No, they're not. Like evolution claims that we evolved from primates, but we don't see them.
Well, you see what Michael Hilton talks about. And by the way, everybody out there in YouTube land, sub to Michael Hilton and Western Beer Reviews, please go do that. And for everybody, including Thomas Metal 75, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Including to Progressive Discussions, James P. Madonna.
Western Beer Reviews, huh?
Yeah. So
yeah,
you were saying something pretty interesting. Oh shit! You were saying something interesting there, Michael Hilton, which is, are we de-evolving? And if we're getting dumber, that I don't know, but you certainly could make a case for reasonings why the human race is getting dumber and dumber, I suppose.
Hate to say this, I don't mean to be more, moralistic about it, but feel like the fucking phones. Just every time walking past somebody with the phone on, they don't know how to walk anymore. Because, and it's like, what the hell is with this person walking in front of me? And then you look over, and they're on
Western Beer Reviews. This is an honor. of Michael Hilton.
Every
Bing.
week, Thursday through Sunday.
Yeah,
live.
by the way, could you hook me up with your relative, Paris Hilton? I heard she's a real slut.
And
Paris
well,
Hilton.
I think,
Oh no,
that's actually-
James! I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole. Just saying.
I think that's a Hilton owner of Hilton Hotels. Thank you very much.
Are you?
Very much.
Are you part of that chain?
That'd be the better way to be related.
Yeah, James. I wouldn't go anywhere near that because that might have gonorrhea syphilis.
Yeah,
What the hell? Ooh.
Well, I've seen videos of Paris, so you know.
Yeah, I would run as far and as fast as you could away from that.
Jesus.
But yes, anyway, all Frankie's back. I thought maybe my keyboard being a little too loud would be distracting, but I've had it going. Is it annoying anybody?
Not too bad.
Can you even hear it?
You sound like you're clipping your nails.
I mean, can you even really hear my keyboard?
I didn't even know.
Only minimally.
Only minimally?
Very low.
It's not an earth-shattering distraction there. No.
All right.
I know
Yeah,
Jay's
5,000 viewers.
Jay's very sensitive to background noises. Like even if
Jay Terrio.
It's my webcam. My webcam's got a very sensitive mic. It'll pick up. I guarantee you, if a mouse farts in the field right over beside of this damn thing, it'll probably pick it up.
Gross.
actually that's a fantastic webcam mic if it's that sensitive.
I've not tested it, but it probably would.
Damn. All right. This has been a rousing discussion. Wow.
Yeah, and I've heard some. Yes, I've got opinions, but I don't know where to take with it.
Now, if there was a Yukon beer review, he would look like this, right?
You could beer review. All right. You're a
Yukon
husky.
beer reviews.
Wait a minute, not a husky. You're a rusky. No, wait a minute.
Siberian beer reviews.
Classic.
Yeah. Today we're reviewing vodka. All right.
Yeah, that game was getting a little annoying, so I'll come back to it.
All right, old Frankie.
Vodka
Oh.
straight.
Have you seen there's an update for Half-Life
What?
called Alex? It's a pre-sequel. It's supposed to be in between Half-Life 1 and Half-Life 2, and it's an official Valve release.
Ooh. Whoa.
For those who don't know, it's the Half-Life 3 has become the biggest, most notorious case of vaporware since Duke Nukem was released.
Oh my God.
So yeah, all right. There's such a big following that they made this fan-based remake of the first one called Black Mesa, and they're actually releasing more and more chapters of the game as they come out with it. But since there was no Valve releases for half, and it's this huge cliffhanger, like your girlfriend's dad dies or maybe not, and you're about to fly this helicopter or maybe not, and these things that attacked you fly off because this robot that works for you attacked them, and then he runs off and you don't know what happened.
Huh.
Well then,
Yeah, so anyway, that's a game that
That's all okay. All right.
it was like 3 days ago, and they posted the trailer on YouTube. In 14 hours it had 38,000 comments.
I believe our good buddy Michael Hilton is losing his mind over this James C. Madonna nonsense going on right now.
No, that was just
Well,
the radioactive
well,
isotope. Those are the
That looks
isotopes.
like the Antifa strobe. That looks like the Antifa strobe.
The Stephenville lights.
you got a hat like that. Let me go grab mine. I'll be right back.
All right, you Ruskies. You.
Oh, you got a nice tattoo?
Does it have that red star like your hat does?
Yo,
Yeah,
it's fur.
Here's a Sierra Nevada Pale.
All right, let's get to beer. Yes, beer. So you're
Fur,
not.
yes, you hear that, Peter? It's real fur.
All right. How's that beer treating you, Michael Hilton?
Oh, this one's think a 99 out of 100 again.
Ooh,
Again,
wow.
Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. I think a low of 97, high of 99.
See, I too have Russian hat.
Oh, he's got a good one.
Yes, I too have it with the official insignia as well.
All right.
Right, you-
Hang on, let me go grab my other hat.
Comrade
We
All
were
right, color
great
view.
brewing company
Comrade
later on
Owens.
Western Beer Reviews. Western Beer Reviews will be
Comrade
replaced
Frankie.
brewing company. But for now, it's here in Nevada.
See, told you I too had Russian hat.
Cheers, Michael.
5.9% ABV. It's kind of juicy, like Eric's beer.
Jesus.
It's the one with the red star in the middle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody maybe want to put me on full screen for a minute.
Put them on full screen. What beer is I missed it. What's the second beer called?
That's a Sierra Nevada Pale Ale.
Okay, Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. Okay, gotcha.
Sierra Nevada Pale Ale is 5.9% ABV. I think 45 IBUs. One finger whitehead. It's wine. So it's it's not like you're drinking an IPA, but it's not like you're drinking a Hell's Lager either. So you have to, with this beer, you really, for those of you who may not be as informed out there in the craft beer world, you kind of have to wrestle between. Thanks for the sub to Michael Holland out Western Beer Reviews, by the way. You have to wrestle between sessionable and highly intoxicating. That's pretty much the meat and thick of pale ale. But pale ale.
I mean, I like this. Does that count?
What you? Uh-oh.
Reserve.
Going big boy style.
Yep. I mean, I like this. Does this count?
Sure, why not? It's beer. And you got 2 extra ounces thanks to Miller Brewing Company.
And let's not forget for when you really want to have a fucked up night.
You get 2 of them.
Yeah, the big boys. 24 ounces.
What is your opinion on that based on other malt liquors you have drank in your time?
What, me?
Yes.
Well, I mean, in terms of the high gravity, thanks, buddy. Here, I'll give you a hug too. In terms of all the high gravity malt liquors I've had, that's probably the best one because I mean, you get the extra body that you would expect. So, medium to heavy body. You get the sweetness, you get the alcohol, you get the breadiness, you get the hot bitterness, but it's smooth. Like this is probably the smoothest out of all of them.
That's 42.
Because like for regular malt liquor, I love Colt 45, but for the high gravity stuff, still reserve.
Okay.
But if I had to pick a beer for me to just drink on a regular basis, it'd probably be this.
Sure.
Love me some Natty Ice. But out of my favorite ice beers, it's got to be Busch Ice. This is my favorite out of all of them.
I finally get that, but it's still hard to find.
But out of all the craft beers, this has probably got to be my favorite. The Highland Brewing's Black Mocha Stout.
All right. That sounds good. Damn.
I'll give you like an idea of what I've got in my collection. I've got some pretty interesting but yet weird ones. Here's one you may not see a whole lot of: Icehouse Edge in the 42-ounce bottle.
42.
Yeah, the 42s. You only see these primarily in like pints and the 24-ounce cans. So if you see one of these, pick it up. They're really hard and rare to come up, but I think it tastes a lot better out of the bottle.
I had an Icehouse Edge the other day. It was in a can though, but yeah.
Thank you.
I don't know.
Now,
Beer. Not to look for that.
the beer my dad used to drink a lot, Busch.
Just plain old Busch.
Yep,
Yeah.
This is the beer my dad used to drink. Now, if he drank a regular beer, this is what he drank. But my dad did also like to drink malt liquor as well. But whenever he would drink a malt liquor, he would usually drink King Cobra.
$1.99.
Yeah, he would usually drink King Cobra. Let's see. I have like more
That's a
stuff.
man drink.
I have more stuff in my
We got.
trash bag here that I've collected.
We'll get to you, Chatteron. We'll get to you, Chatteron.
Here's one you may see from time to time. The Hurricane High Gravity. You might see this one from place to place.
Middle of the malt liquor varietals here in Massachusetts. It's silly.
We have
7,000 viewers. 7,000.
Yeah, we get the regular Old English, and we also get the High Gravity. Let's see here. What's some other stuff that I've got here?
You got a good view of everybody there, Jacob Downey?
I was looking at. I got the screen and yeah.
We also get this, but only in 40 ounces. I have to go to Virginia to get the pints, but we do get this, the Hurricane High Gravity. We do get this.
Hey, if Hollywood wants to sign a contract with us, it's going to be on our terms because we're the best of the bestest, like asbestos.
And of course, the most controversial Keystone Ice. You know, it says Keystone, not just Stone
IPA,
Ice.
right?
What?
That's an IPA, right?
Yeah, from Coors Brewing Company. Yeah, right. Come on, Stone Brewing. That's your best argument. You're pathetic.
You know what?
But
I'm not gonna.
the beer that defined my high school years, good old Budweiser.
It's James P. Madonna. You love some Budweiser.
I drunk this shit by the gallon load when I was in high school.
You drunk that shit? Yeah, gallons. Ooh.
Yeah. Every weekend I was drinking this like it was no tomorrow. What else do I have here as part of
What else you got in your beer collection?
Yeah, well, it's in a bag for right now because I have to get a shelf, so I just stick it here in a bag. Yeah, I do like some PBR from
that one's okay. They got 99 pack beers now. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I would drink 99 PBRs. Now, if I ever get a bad stomach ache and I'm in the mood for a beer, this will break up just about any stomach ache you got.
What do you think about that, James C. Madonna?
I don't like any nationally advertised American macros. I'm sorry. But
I mean, this doesn't really get advertisement. Busch is the one that gets advertised. Busch Light doesn't.
Yeah. Well, if you like it, what the heck? You know,
every now and then a beer like that.
Is that a snakeskin hat? Metal 75. Is that a snakeskin hat?
No, it's.
What is that? Alligators?
It's a cheap product I bought off the internet in order to be the lead singer of Motorhead Lemmy one time. Oh, we got a sailor. They have in the house. Oh, we got to blow that whistle.
No, the Love Boat. I'm sorry. Captain Stubing.
Wow. Oh,
the Love Boat.
Oh,
now
it's got some respectable.
Yeah. Well, here's one you may see, you may not see, but good old Natty Ice in a bottle. Yeah, you don't see this too often, but yes, we do get Natty Ice in bottles.
I bet that's pretty good.
It is. It is much better out of the bottle. Trust me. And now I'm trying to find all my different Budweisers that I've gotten over the years. Like I do have like the series of Budweisers. Like I do have the Freedom Reserve Lager.
That one was better than the Discovery Lager.
I got the Jim Beam Copper Lager. I want to find the Budweiser Black Lager, but it's not arrived in our area.
Black Lager.
Yeah. But I do want to find it whenever those come out.
That was a while ago. Oh, it's Donald Trump's head. What? Was that when you're stressed out about the president? You squish him?
Hang on. Let me just mute this while I go through. Hang on.
All right. Let's go back to our great buddy Chateauron. We're going to get back to you. Yeah, this whole problem with modern day science. You rarely recreate anything to prove a theory. You create a thesis and often accepted as science, and later on fact with a large consensus. That is some serious crap right there. Wow.
Damn right. Hey, whatever happened to my wall? I never got my wall. Oh, my wall, my wall.
This is Fandango after hours. But I guess that's a fair assessment of science if that's the way you're gonna interpret it. I don't know. It takes a while to come up with. It takes a while for a theory to become a law. I mean, you got to prove it without a shadow of a doubt, and there can't be a way to
consensus. Yeah, you have to go with the consensus.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
Cheers, Gabriel.
The system, the media, whatever. They all lie to us every day. We're bombarded with lies and deception because they want us to be lemmings, people. They want us to be lemmings.
Well, what's the point of consensus then? If people are half agreeing, you can't half agree.
Well, did you hear what I said to Jay on the show earlier about what men are expected to do by society? We're expected to be sucked. You know, they want equality when it comes to making money, but everything else, we're suckers. They want us to pay for everything. And
We're expected to do everything.
we're all lemmings in one way or another.
All right, I'm back. Yeah, and James, you're right. But
Wait, what does lemming mean? What does lemming mean?
A lemming is like is a rodent that commits suicide and jumps into the ocean
Because he follows the leader.
Yeah, follows the leader. Yeah.
Oh,
okay, so yeah, off of
All right.
sociology and back to beerology for a moment. So
Beer
of course
for
I got the 1933 Repeal Reserve Budweiser. Of course, got to have that one. I thought this one was the worst of the bunch. This
Yeah,
one was
I
just straight up nasty.
I thought the Discovery one was the worst so far, but I didn't have the Jim Beam one yet.
The Freedom Reserve. This one was actually really good.
Woo. Damn.
The Jim Beam Copper Lager was really, really good, and of course, got to have the Discovery Reserve. Yeah, I got the Discovery Reserve. Now, here's one that's kind of rare. You may or may not see this one, but we get it here in our area. The Colt 45 High Gravity.
Oh, damn.
The big boy, the 8.5%er.
And that's different from double malt, right?
Yes. So the double malt is the same as the regular Colt 45. Just they just add in double malt. But I mean, they say the alcohol content is still 5.6. I seriously doubt that.
Captain
Now,
Gabriel,
now
Leo, he says,
the Colt 45 High Gravity is a much different beer. It tastes like regular Colt 45, but it's much sweeter. It's much more hefty, and there's a lot more alcohol to it.
Okay, quickly. Western Beer Reviews. Another Hilton. You were trying to say something just then.
Yo, I think what I was basically trying to say, thank you, is that Sierra Nevada Pale Ale.
Yes.
You know,
Great.
pale ales are usually not as hoppy as, say, IPA. IPA. But,
Okay, Mr. Rogers.
this one is quite hoppy, I would say. It's hoppy, but it's citrusy. It's citrusy. So it keeps all the preservatives of an IPA while having enough bitterness, but kind of a lack of hops to still keep it in the pale ale range. I think this pale ale is really like an imperial golden ale. Like, golden ales, blonde ales. Never really know what the hell those are about.
Sure.
Like, what's that?
I agree with your statement.
Blonde ales have more fun.
What the hell are blonde ales, man? And I could never figure that out. But Western Beer Reviews, Sierra Nevada Pale Ale.
IPA.
It's one of the top three. It's one of the top three. So Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. I think Samuel Adams, Boston Lager, and also Anchor Steam beer. Those are the top three. Top three beers.
I would say that Anchor Steam
beers that started it all.
Oh, yeah. I get. You know what? That might be an accurate assessment of craft beer as we know it.
This is
Anchor Steam. The Anchor Brewery was like I went there last year, and that place was cool to go to. It just got such a prominence in the beer community, being such that they were the first commercial brewery to ever make a barley wine that was sold in the United States. And in the 70s, who was going, gee, I got to go to the local liquor store and get me that 4-pack of that exclusive barley wine in 1974.
Yeah, barley wine.
It's just not happening, but they were just like, fuck it, let's do it. So,
think barley wine. Think barley wine makes you fart. So I think the problem with barley wine is it makes it fart. But
yeah.
Here's the Fog Breaker.
Ooh.
IPA, but not sure about pouring it. Maybe a shorty. Maybe pour a shorty at this point. But
a shoddy.
But a shorty hoppy. A shorty hoppy, Eric.
Yeah. Okay. Are you from Boston or something? A shorty hoppy.
Illinois.
It does sound true. You're right.
Like you, from the Rust Belt. So, Fog Breaker IPA. This one, 6.8% ABV.
I might have had that at the brewery. Maybe.
But it's kind of based off Anchor Steam, which is really nice. Anchor
Ah.
Steam.
Sweet.
What do you think? What do you think about Gabriel Salaya's statement? Pale ale is the younger brother of IPA.
I mean,
Oh,
it kind of essentially
exactly.
is. So
Exactly.
And
They're
IPA.
not. IPAs are hoppy. Pale ales are not hoppy. Pale ales are not supposed to be hoppy. I don't appreciate when breweries try to make a pale ale that is hoppy, because you might as well just go with an IPA. I don't like that sort of saturation, sort of manipulation. Look at this fermentation.
Yeah.
You can tell the difference. You can tell the difference. Just less hoppy, more citrusy pale ale. Sierra Nevada, they knew what they were doing. They didn't make it like a miniature IPA. No, it's a citrusy, down to earth pale ale. 99.
Bam.
sweet. So
Michael,
have-
you have to increase your microphone volume when you get a chance.
okay. I got a few more to show here from my collection. So I've got the 3 malt liquors, the big 3 from Anheuser-Busch. I've got, of course, King Cobra.
With the smooth taste for you, King Cobra.
Yeah, but my dad liked King Cobra. I prefer the regular Hurricane, the 6%,
Never seen that in Massachusetts.
which we do not get here in our area. I think the only place I can think of is I can get this near Knoxville. I definitely can get it there. But the one that is everywhere, I mean, there are some places you can go and you can find like 3 rows full of this in coolers. But of course, the Hurricane HG.
Ooh, high gravity.
Yeah, the 8.1%er. So for a high gravity malt liquor, it's smooth like King Cobra, but this will fuck you up very quick. The nickname of this one is called Slurricane.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah, even though it's 8.1%, this one will actually hit you a lot quicker and with a ton of bricks. When this one hits, it hits with authority. Now, if you're just looking to have something to just, kick back, relax, and enjoy with, then you'd want just the regular old Hurricane. Now, these two taste very similar. Like, they're 99% identical. Now, from what I can tell, King Cobra has a lighter body but more of a sweeter taste. Hurricane has a much richer, fuller body and is much more balanced, at least I think.
Okay.
But I mean, overall, King Cobra is not bad for a malt liquor. I mean, I like it. If someone bought it for me, yeah, I'd drink it. I mean, we don't get it here in my area. I have to go into Virginia to get King Cobra. This around Knoxville, this is everywhere around here.
Okay. Yeah, I've had King Cobra once in my life, and I thought it was, I don't know, I didn't think it was as good to me as just plain old English 800.
I got a OE 800 40
I used to like this one called Hef and Repper Private Stock. They say on the can, it's the one with the imported taste, and it literally just tastes like Heineken, but it was bumped up to like 5.9 maybe.
Yep, I got one. Got a 42 of oldie right here.
Didn't they go back to making glass bottles?
Yes, and the Mickeys they did.
Captain's aboard. There he is.
Mickey's is back in glass. They're soon going to start making all the other ones back in glass, and they're doing with the 42s. Eventually, they're going to go back to the glass 40s all across the board. Eventually.
All right.
Yeah, there's a little bit of my collection. So
malt liquor is a polarizing thing. I was going to grab another beer and quote unquote call it a malt liquor if you want. Bud Light Platinum. I think you can legitimately call that. What do you think, Michael Hilton? I think you could just legitimately call Bud Light Platinum an American malt liquor. If I'm going to go on Beer Advocate and they're going to call it a light beer, that's just kind of ridiculous.
I don't know Bud Light Platinum, but I feel like that could be like an IPA. So in that case, it's really just a point of classification. Now, you could say, I sound like Ronald Daria, by the way.
Go ahead.
You could say 6%. Not every beer that's 6% is an IPA necessarily. But
right.
You don't call it malt liquor. You can call it an imperial lager. You could say Imperial Lager. You could also say
Yeah.
Hell's Lager.
Hell's Doppelbock.
Doppelbock, yep.
Yes, Jay Terrio's got everybody in the bandwagon calling. And I love him for it, but this is just hilarious at the same time. All malt liquors are Helles Doppelbocks.
Not really.
It's very nice terminology if we look at judging guidelines, but God damn it, you're drinking an American malt liquor. Just call it that.
Well, malt liquor in itself is just a workaround for when they wanted to make strong beers to compete with what was going on in Europe. So, I mean...
Beer reactor is like a tomato, you know?
Yeah, it's just like malt liquor is... All it is just strong beer. Most likely it's a lager, but yes, it can be an ale, theoretically. But most of the time, it's an Imperial Lager or a Helles Doppelbock.
What's going on, James P. Madonna? You're looking you're straight from the hood.
James P.
The paisley symbol is actually ancient. It goes back to like India and Persia. It's the leaves on a tree. It's supposed to represent humility. That's the no, it doesn't mean strap on. No, I'm serious. The paisley symbol. You see, paisley, it is an ancient symbol with meaning.
You mean Brad Paisley?
Huh?
Brad Paisley?
I used to think paisley was a spermatozoon or spermatozoa.
Spermatozoa?
One sperm is a spermatozoon, right? Yeah.
Spermatozoa.
Yeah, that was spermatozoa too.
Why am I drinking it? This is great.
Anyway, I'm okay.
Anyway.
I had to go to the restroom.
Reset. Yes, I like it.
Yeah, I don't know why they call it a restroom.
Reset. Edward 40 Hands.
Edward 40 Hands. I've been around it, never played it. You know what Edward 40 Hands is, right, James?
Edward,
where you take
hands?
Yes. Yeah. Duct tape 240s to your hands and just look. Edward 40 Hands.
How to go to the bathroom before you start that game.
No, I don't know about that, but I know that this popular Irish pub / rock bar, the kids used to like end up puking in the urinals.
Oh my God!
Yeah, in the men's room. It was pretty disgusting.
They, you know, they play in Russia. They play Edward 1500 Hands. 2 750s of vodka.
If you can drink that, you gotta be pretty much the man of steel himself.
You gotta have balls of steel. Uh-oh.
I mean, I don't know if I can think of anybody who's drunk a liter and a half of vodka and still been standing or even been alive for that matter.
Michael's thinking about that beer.
Yeah, might do a peer-to-peer review.
Okay.
Peer-to-peer review for you scholars out there, but we will do a peer-to-peer review.
No, stores are better.
We're gonna do a shorty.
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 Oh, Shawnee.
Shorty.
Your birthday.
For those of you kids out there trying to grow up a little bit, we're trying to keep it clean. Eric is like, hell no.
Trying to keep it clean. It's not like Jay Terrio now. Blondie Terrio.
We got two things going down. Gabriel Salaya, I gave you a link. You should join up immediately. We need you in here.
Awesome.
You're hilarity, and we need you.
Do it from the bathroom like the old days, Gabriel. Do it from the
bathroom.
The toilet bowl.
Yeah, the first time we saw Gabriel, he was sitting on the toilet doing a beer review. I mean, he wasn't using that toilet, but it's like, I think for Gabriel, we love you, sir.
That's a
amigo. It's like the quietest place in his house to have a conversation with somebody.
Yeah, but it's a great gimmick. That's his calling. The toilet, the bathroom review. That's his gimmick.
So his question is Steel Reserve or Natty Daddy. Is Natty Daddy better? I might personally say that's better.
Nope, Steel Reserve.
So you get 5. No, you get 8.1% Steel Reserve in Tennessee. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
There is one state near me that gets the 6%.
Hello.
That is
Acosta. Never seen you.
Let's see. The 6% is available in North Carolina, I believe.
Not
Coffee.
Tyler says, Gabe. Tyler, I say get in here. I gave you the link. And then we got Gabriel going. Is it 42 ounces, not 40 ounces? I think the Miller products, they do the extra 2 ounces. Is that right?
Yes. And Natty Daddy is not available in 40s.
No,
It's not even available in quarts. In fact, Natty Daddy is not available in bottles whatsoever. It's only available in 12-ounce cans, pint cans, and 25-ounce cans.
By the way, 8,000 viewers now, James P. Madonna. 8,000.
Oh, it doesn't surprise me. We should have 8 billion viewers because we're the greatest. You hear? Intergalactic superstars.
Oh, that sounds like a.
Sorry, I got carried away.
Ooh.
All right, old Frankie was describing something. Back to.
What you doing there, old Frankie?
I'm sorry, what was that?
He was describing something.
Oh, the what is it? A 42-ounce? So yes, Miller malt liquors or some Miller beers primarily go in the 42-ounce bottles, but I lost my train of thought. So
keep going, Chris.
A lot of so like if it's from Anheuser-Busch or Pabst or Molson Coors, you're gonna find the 40-ounce glass bottles. And when he was talking about Natty Daddy versus Still Reserve, you can get Still Reserve in cans or bottles, but Natty Daddy is only in cans. I looked all over and even contacted Anheuser-Busch to see if there was a 40 of Natty Daddy to add for my collection. They said, nope, it's not available in any bottle configuration whatsoever. But yet you can find Natty Light and Natty Ice in bottles, but not Natty Daddy. I mean, if they made 40s of Natty Daddy, yeah, people would buy them. They'd buy them and they'd get drunk and enjoy it.
Commercials.
Yeah,
Natty
Natty
commercials were cool.
Yeah, Natty Light's making a comeback.
God bless somebody. Whoa.
Yeah, we were talking about Natty Daddy, and yeah, the Natty line is making a comeback, and the prices are reflecting it now. Used to, you can get Natty Light pretty cheap for a 30-pack. Not anymore.
Mm-hmm.
All
Yeah,
right.
I know it used to be the pinnacle of affordability, but
What's that, Eric?
Oh boy.
Bud Light Platinum.
Bud Light Platinum.
It's brewed for the night, and this is the nighttime. Brewed for the night. What a stupid slogan that is.
I mean, I've had Bud Light Platinum. I don't particularly like it.
Great slogan.
We're going from IPAs to Bud Light Platinum. Oh, what do you think, James?
You know what? This is the ad-libbing this show is fantastic. You never know what's going to happen next.
Oh, this is gonna happen.
Stroking your beer wand.
We are live.
Condensation off.
At the same time, just let's try to get a sixth streamer. Let's try to get a sixth streamer with us.
Hey, any young intoxicated girls with a lot of cleavage or
Join the show.
Dukes or come on board, come on down.
I don't necessarily think that'd be a good idea, considering.
Eric was crazy about Anchor Brewing Company.
Hang on just a moment.
I don't think I've had that beer.
This is a Fog Breaker IPA. IPA. It is by Anchor Brewing Company. This IPA.
Yay. What did Gabriel say there? IPA.
Gabriel Salea says IPA. 6.8% ABV. Check out that nice fucking bottle cap. It says Natty Light
Opener.
$15.99. Oh.
Natty Light 30-pack is $15.99. All right, Gabriel. That's probably.
Well, that's a variety pack. That's a variety pack. Let me tell you. I think grape. Shit.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, everything's backwards when you try to get the camera here.
It's not a blue bottle. It's a brown bottle of craft beer. Wow. As he says in the movie Friday. Wow.
All right. Yes, we need that sixth person on the stream. I agree. We'll find him.
smoke bubbles. Oh, the 6.8 is there. Corner shorty.
We're gonna get demonetized because of the rap in the background. Yeah.
What, my stepson's movie?
Nah, we're good.
So,
I don't care.
two-finger whitehead.
I'm watching White.
And there's a look at it. Maybe you guys can see it.
I'm watching.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh,
Looks a
God.
lot like an Anchor Steam. The Anchor Steam is good, but it looks a lot. Anchor Steam is a lot more like caramelly. It's a lot more dry. That champagne, that Bavarian champagne dry finish that you're looking for in a lot of those German Joyman beers. You're not really
Joyman beer? Did you say Joyman beer?
Getting more of a Western. What's the beer of these? You're getting more of a West Coast IPA. And thank you again for that ping.
He gives outstanding reviews, Eric. I'm listening to him. He gives great reviews.
Bubbles, Dark Knight Rising. There's a look at the carbonation. And I think it's sedimented. I think it's another sedimented beer.
Sedimented in history. All right, let's cheers.
Sedimentary.
Or that high yeast.
You know what? Before you put that to your lips, good sir. I don't know who's got a beverage, but cheers to Michael Hilton. Sub to that guy. Western beer reviews.
Yeah, I'm focusing on his review, his style, and what he says. He's an outstanding reviewer. He really is. The only thing is he's got to check his microphone volume. It's
the mic. Yeah, I'm at top volume.
Crank it up.
I'm at top volume, but
I'm just barely hearing you.
Shit. Well, I think I'm at top volume. 6.8%. 6.8% ABV.
Continue. 6.8% ABV.
Man, this is childish. Wait. Hold on.
You know what he needs for Christmas is a Bluetooth headset. Yeah. Oh, that would be sweet.
Behavior does not improve during the holidays. Come on.
Oh no.
What did he say? Paris Hilton will be flying into my nearest airport. What?
Yes, correct.
Very hoppy, and here's the Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, kind of mimicking Rod on the. But this is my peer-to-peer review for you scholars out there. Peer-to-peer review. Heavy body beer. It's heavier than a stout. A stout is a light body beer. An IPA is heavier, basically, in quantity. Oh man. It's Citra up to A. Mango, apricot.
Apricots? What about persimmons?
No persimmons. Don't tease me.
Yeah, they're high in calcium, by the way. They're good for you.
A lot of well, you can get a lot of calcium on this IPA. That's for sure. It's tropical. It's nice banana kind of tropical malt. High yeast. This bubblegum feel as Thomas talked about earlier.
What does that mean, bubblegum? I heard that many times before. What is
the
it?
yeast strain and some beers can have the sweetness level to a bubble gum, or even like cotton candy, maybe.
It means that
like a double bubble.
As we discussed, it means like a high.
I used to eat that shit when I was a kid.
High application. Bubblegum feel to the beer gives way to a high yeast application, giving way to a high malt presence.
Yeah.
Therefore, applying a bit of a hop resin to the beer has a bit of a hop resin. Heavy body beer. Go ahead, get the sip. Cheers.
Wait a minute. Here we go. Cheers. We now have 3,000 subscribers or viewers. We went from 8,000 to 3.
Let's subscribe to Massachusetts beer reviews. But let's go ahead and put this full screen for a second here if we can. This is I feel like StreamYard does that, or you did that, or StreamYard did that.
Yeah, I did that. Yeah, I was able to solo you out. Good, sir. Solo layout. Drunken one. Yeah.
You people,
Oh,
8,000.
I clicked the wrong box. Hi guys. Actually headed somewhere else. Oh, I just fell out of another stream. All right, I'm headed out. Cheers to the gang, man. I'll see y'all. I
This
just.
is the dream of a lifetime, right here.
Oh hell yeah! The Gavin Bandana, he's crazy tonight.
Shit. Oh, damn. I just hit the wrong box. There's like 17 other links you could click, I bet. Seriously. All right, back to this guy.
So you can take Anchor IPA. You can take Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. Oh, they can't really compare.
Buttercup.
Oh. All right, there's Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. And here's
Sierra
the
Nevada.
Foghorn Leghorn IPA.
Sierra Nevada, it's not really an IPA. It's just citrus. It says
Pale Ale.
without the hops, but the IPA. And Eric, if you look at this IPA, I think the bitterness is not disclosed, but feel like they did the same thing. Really, it's juicy, it's earthy, it's full. It's really tonal. I feel like, and that's a great thing because even though bitterness may not be disclosed, you still get the sense of how hoppy the beer really is, and you could drink it as a short. You still get, it's just like a Racer 5. You could still get the same payback as you would with this beer.
So 5,000 geeks actually had the nerve to leave our show. 5,000 you pencil neck geeks.
Something like that.
Leave our show.
Oh, well, now we're down to 2,000. We had 8,000 at most.
That fast?
I guess. Drunken one, and then they brought in 2,000. Drunken one left, and the 2,000 of them left.
Feel like Anchor is a little bit hoppier. Actually, feel like Anchor is a hoppy one. Sierra Nevada is less hoppy.
Huh.
Although Sierra Nevada Pale Ale is so hoppy in a way that you could really confuse it too easily.
Oh, by the way, his volume just got much better. Michael Hilton's volume.
What if Gabriel Solai saying aliens will be flying near your houses, not airport?
No, I was talking about his very wealthy relatives that owns a hotel chain that will.
Oh, Hilton's? Oh, whoops.
Yeah, one.
Hotel chain. That's hotel chain. I like it.
All right, subscribe to that guy over there. And Drunken One, where did you go? Oh,
yeah, he was dressed for this show. You just see him with the tie?
Yeah, his tie-dye shirt and everything. He literally probably has about 17 different links you could click on to join some crazy show.
Yeah, but who's entertaining like us? No one.
I don't know. Where did we leave off? Ancient aliens, right, Gabriel? Aliens. Do we believe in ancients?
Hey, at least we don't talk about Pop-Tarts for 12 hours.
Yeah, they were. Why am I doing that with the tongue? They were doing Cheez-Its today, and I was wondering if I got myself to a Pizza Hut, I gotta drive a little bit. Can I get that Cheez-It pizza? And is that a Cheez-It review?
Oh,
it's a new pizza. They made it entirely out of a Cheez-It.
The big blow. You know about the story of when me and the red feathered one had this big huge argument on Honest Craft Beer Reviews. It was over Cheese Whiz and Velveeta. He was saying it's great, he loves it, and I said it's not real cheese, it's processed cheese like toxic food.
Toxic food.
And he exploded on me, and I told him that he doesn't know fine food. If it hit him in the face, yeah, it's not real cheese. It's really not. But anyway, what
do you think of what's your favorite chain pizza restaurant there, old Frankie?
Favorite pizza chain. That's a good one.
I think Domino's is probably better than Pizza Hut only because of its sauce.
What was the first? Was it Hut or Domino's?
Ooh.
It might have been Hut. Pizza Hut might have been before Domino's, I think.
I would probably have to give it to our local pizza places. I mean, yeah, we've got Papa John's, Domino's, Pizza Hut, but the two best pizza places I've ever been to are all local. Pizza Plus and Johnny Brusco's.
So screw all these chains.
We got tons of privately owned pizzerias
What
here.
about Red Baron? Come on.
I mean, for frozen pizza, if you just want to just throw it in the oven and have a pizza, they ain't bad.
I had a DiGiorno's, what do they call it? Self-rising crust for dinner.
I like the,
That was okay.
I mean, I like DiGiorno cheese stuffed crust supremes. Those aren't bad.
Self-rising is the best version because it has the most resemblance to the crust of an actual takeout pizza.
I remember Tombstone frozen pizza. Are they still around?
Yeah, Tombstone's still around.
Oh, yeah.
What beer does Tombstone go with?
I mean, if I'm just gonna have pizza,
Yeah.
I mean, any regular old beer is gonna be just fine with pizza. To be honest.
5,000 viewers.
The funniest name of a frozen pizza or even Stromboli's or calzones, it was called, I saw it in Aldi's market. It was called the Screaming Sicilian, and it had
I eat those all the time. Those are delicious.
has a cartoon of somebody with a big mouth and like a carnival face, with the big mouth, and it was
and the mustache.
Yeah, and I told Jay, you look better with facial hair. It's a good thing he's growing his beard back.
I agree with that. We got a special request from Gabriel Salaya.
Yes,
Madonna, sing a sing.
Sing a sing song.
Sing.
Yeah, we need Gabriel to get a song from.
Let me tell you a story about a man named Jay. The poor mountaineer barely kept his family fed.
Can you play 5 seconds of the song?
Just so you guys know,
you have currently.
the review right now.
You play any instrument.
I don't know whether it's push in the bush on the disco days. I don't really know the words.
But he loves Red Baron Deep Dish Supreme.
They have Red Baron in Arizona?
Yeah.
Yeah, but if I'm in Arizona,
Maybe we'll get a song later, Gabriel.
I want enchiladas and tacos and sopa.
Oh, that's called Mexican pizza from Taco Bell.
Oh yeah, Mexican pizza from Taco Bell ain't bad. Throw a little sour cream on them, they're not bad.
Wait, does Taco Bell? Oh no, I'm not reviewing the pizza yet. But does Taco Bell do pizza?
Yeah, they have a Mexican pizza.
They take these 2 round tortillas.
Oh, you're
tostadas.
I hope I'm not swearing
Cut
in
it
front of your
into
kid.
pizza-like slices.
Man.
Yeah, I used to work for Taco Bell, so here's a Mexican pizza. Bottom tostada shell, beef and beans, top tostada shell, 3 cheese, tomato sauce, tomatoes. And you cut into 4 pieces, Mexican pizza.
There you go. It sounds like drunk food 101.
So how does that?
Now, for me, I put sour cream on my Mexican pizza with a little bit of a fire sauce, and it's delicious.
Yeah, but what makes that? So Mexican pizza, I feel like Italian pizza is like a lot of Italian sauce. So mozzarella,
Tortilla instead of pizza dough.
How does the Mexican pizza differ again? Like, what do they use? Like anchovies?
It's a Taco Bell creation, so your guess can be about as good as mine.
All right, James P. We got more.
Tortilla.
Gabriel says, "Sing a song, Madonna. Sing a Madonna song."
James,
I'm not a fan of hers.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Sorry, Gabriel, it's not happening. But you can join.
You know what music, Gabriel, I would like to hear? I would like to hear
La Bamba.
Oxblood Forge music.
Oh, shit.
Our sponsor.
Oh, shit. All right, here we go. Yes. This show tonight is sponsored by Oxblood Forge. I didn't record the song, but let me pick a new one for y'all. Can I find a new one? Can I find a different one for y'all? How about we go and play this song? Paragora Euphoria. I do play this one. I didn't record something. That is not me on drums right there.
Sounds so much like death, it's not even funny.
The vocals are really good in this one. They're really good. This is a 6-minute, 30-second song. Maybe we won't play the whole thing, but you'll get the gist. But yes, that is me on drums. A couple of people looked at this at work and thought it was porn. I mean, I don't know about that, but pretty awesome album artwork with it. Yes, Paracord Euphoria.
That song sounds too much like a blatant song by Death. Sounds a lot like Zero Tolerance and Symbolic.
Why not? The sponsor of tonight's show, Oxblood Forge. We do not have two guitar players, as this would suggest on this particular album. This gentleman, Rob, is in the band, and this guy, Josh, is Wanda. But if you do live in the Boston, North, Southeastern Massachusetts area, and you like this music, you play guitar, let me know. Maybe we could have another show for it. Who knows? All right.
Yeah, as I was saying, sounds so much like the band Death, but it sounds really close to almost ripping off the songs Zero Tolerance and Symbolic.
All right, we're going back to James P. Madonna.
Yes.
Just your last name is Madonna.
Well,
Cornbread is so good.
Geez, 1D.
Cornbread is so good, and he said
Cornbread.
maybe he's been on what's his face? I've done an Illy channel too long. He likes Hungry Howie's. But yeah, that's a pizza chain in certain parts of the country, I think.
It is. We don't have any here.
Good. Corn as in the band. I like that, Gabriel.
Oh, Corn is in the band. Yeah, I like Corn.
So the Korn, Corn.
Yeah, like the band.
Godsmack, Corn.
Ooh, Godsmack. That is a Boston band.
Godsmack.
Yeah, I'm fucking Italiano. Fucking heck.
Yeah, the remember Eric, remember Prodigy, Breathe?
Woohoo!
No.
Woohoo!
Prodigy. That guy, the lead singer died.
I just saw that Red Baron takes 20 minutes to cook.
20
Red
minutes?
Baron takes at least a quarter of an hour to cook.
All right. Shit. Come on, Gabriel. You got this link, Gabriel. Why don't you show in this show? We need you.
Yeah, take 1D out of my name.
6. There you go. We need 6, Gabriel.
Now, Gabriel's got some really good Mexican food in southern Arizona. I tell you that.
I hope so.
I've seen a lot of shows on the Travel Channel and what have you, and they got some awesome enchiladas, and I like sopas. Sopas, Gabriel. He knows what they are.
Sopas.
Sopas is like it's like a tostada, but it's a thicker tortilla, and they put it's similar to the Salvadorian pupusa, where they put whatever you want, you know.
I'm gonna go use the bathroom. Give me a little something to eat. I'll be right back.
Cool. Corn on the knob cob is the knob
job.
Ooh.
Now, Gabriel, you know what? I'm glad Gabriel's here, because Gabriel is a genius when it comes to the adult film industry. He knows all the details of the adult film industry, the history of the adult film industry.
Gabriel?
He posted the awards, photographs of people getting the awards on Alpha Males, my private
God, really? Oh,
tech group, Alpha Males. Yes, he posted so much information. The guy is brilliant, but that's his forte. I finally realized Gabriel is like when Dustin Hoffman was a blackjack counter. You know, what was that, Rain Man?
yeah, Rain Man.
Yeah, he was like a blackjack counter. He was like a mathematical genius, and that was his thing. And he, he was able to do it. Now, Gabriel, he's a master at the adult industry, film industry.
Well, where's Beer Reactor? Where's Beer Reactor right now? We have
somewhere. Where did you go,
James
good
Eric,
sir?
where's Beer
Beer
Reactor?
Reactor had a meltdown. He had a radioactive meltdown or
You
something.
even drink a beer on air. Come on. Yeah, that's Jacob Downey. He does.
An alcoholic meltdown.
I've hung out with Jacob Downey numerous times. His hobby
Well,
is
if he
like
had a meltdown, that's
gemstones
okay.
and stuff, and he collects
Jacob Downey
gemstones.
is
He sells gemstones.
related to Morton Downey Jr. When I used
I don't think so.
the late Morton Downey Jr.
But did you know?
Go
I
ahead.
just read some news here. We're talking about
Robert Downey
chain
Jr.
pizza, right?
from,
Papa John's.
From Iron
Yeah.
Man.
Papa John's. But Papa John's founder John
Shatner or something. Or
wait a minute.
Shatner from
he's not a very nice man. He said that he's not legally not obligated to share the prosperity of his company with his employees, which means that companies are not obligated to apply trickle down economics. That's what
Anyways, before I get back to that news, Gabriel says Ron DeJeremy.
Ron DeJeremy. Yes.
Anyways, Papa John's founder John Shatner ate 40 pizzas in 30 days and says it's gotten worse. Let's see here. He said he gave a wide-ranging review with a Kentucky television station where he critiqued the pizza chain for everything
Eric's mic is
from the quality of the
it's cut.
pizza to its upper management. Uh-oh. Not good.
Yeah, Eric is cut.
I've had Papa John's a couple of times. Couldn't tell you I thought the world of it.
Well, doesn't he make decisions as far as cutting corners and not cutting corners?
Should he's the CEO, I think.
I mean, doesn't he make?
He says it's not the same
Cut
product.
my
It doesn't
skin.
taste as good. The way they're making the pizza is just not fundamental to what makes a Papa John.
Where is this?
He said, "I never dreamed that
beer
people."
review going?
He said, "I never dreamed that people that I cared about, that I loved,
What's
that
next?
made millionaires, multimillionaires, would do what they did. I just
I was
didn't
reviewing
know
a pizza.
the hell."
Oh, you mean they took it upon themselves to cut corners in their franchises?
The back, I guess.
They might be franchises, and they by law. I mean, they have to sign a contract when they buy a franchise that they have to abide by the corporate rules and regulations, and they can't just go and do what they want.
He sold most of his stock in the company. Is no longer the largest individual shareholder. His metaphor is there's no reason to be in the car when the car crashes if you love the car. What?
Yeah. Well, people don't realize that pizza dough, there's a science to pizza dough.
It's baking.
It's got to be kneaded, and you got to let it rise, not once, but multiple times. And it's made from high gluten flour, the same as bagels, except high gluten flour used to make bagels are boiled first and then baked into bagels. But pizza dough is from the same high gluten flour. I mean, good pizza dough.
He is saying right now, stay tuned. The day of reckoning will come. The record will be set straight.
Well, he's like the Jeff Bezos of pizza. You know, he's because he does his own. I guess he does his own commercials, so he doesn't have to pay anybody to do them. And, you know, he wants to be.
You can buy pizza on Amazon.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, a frozen pizza is a good frozen pizza or a chain pizza.
Red Baron.
You certainly can buy frozen pizza on Amazon. Yep.
If you're hungry enough, there are some that are not bad. But I'm so used to these privately owned pizzerias are all over the place, and New England has them too.
Oh yeah, yes we do.
All over the place. I know there's, you know, I've been to Boston's North End, the Italian section,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, they're all over.
Do they do any pizzas like Boston-oriented pizzas, like maybe seafood pizzas?
Yeah, well, you can get I think probably the most famous pizza, like seafood pizza, is probably like a white clam pizza.
Oh, really?
Which uses a white it's a white sauce with clams and maybe like red onions, like white onions maybe. Mushrooms are good on it too. Michael Hilton was raising his hand like he was in school. Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Michael.
If you can hear me,
We can.
Barely.
Do you have seafood-oriented pizzas, like maybe like a clam chowder pizza?
Just the white clam pizza. That's about it there. Yeah, clam. Like clam. Like strips are the bellies, and it's a white style pizza.
Whole belly clams, like I had at Kelly's famous roast beef in Salt and Revere.
We were up to 7,000. Now we're back to 6,000. Musky hands. Hi.
Now, Gabriel Solias made a statement that the official chain pizza of the NFL is now Pizza Hut and no longer Papa John.
Yeah, I think part of that reasoning, and I was reading it a little bit in the article, is that John guy, Papa John Schaefer, was put on some white supremacist website for saying some racial stuff recently.
Okay, the Mr. Reactor is back.
Hello, Reactor. Cheers to
musky pizza. A clam baked pizza with bacon sounds good.
Yeah, the clams and the bacon.
We have clam baked pizza here too.
They have a lot of great seafood in the Pacific Northwest, where Tyler Manson.
He says clam baked pizza topped with bacon.
They got the gooey ducks, you know, the big clams with the big schlong.
And I have returned, everybody.
Alex's.
Speaking of Pizza Hut, the Cheez-It pizza is good.
Cheez-It?
Yeah, they make a whole
stuffed
pizza out of Cheez-It.
Oh,
the topping of the pizza is all like Cheez-Its. I mean, it looks like a big
Speaking of pizza, but Pizza Hut, the Cheez-It pizza is good.
And Gabriel says Alfredo sauce pizza is good.
Sauce pizza is good.
Oh, chicken Alfredo pizza? Oh, yeah, that's good.
What I say, people?
As long as it's not soppy and soggy.
There's a link. We need one more
pizza,
to create the 6. Let's go.
Yeah.
Link. Lancelot Link. Secret.
So here's what I'm having. I'm having corn dogs with some ketchup and mustard mixed together.
Corn dogs? Oh, bruh.
Yep, with ketchup and mustard mixed together.
What do you think, Michael Hilton?
I remember when they used to have ketchup and catsup. I wonder if there's a difference.
So I
yes,
made
he
a
says
thing that
Alfredo sauce pizza is good.
If it's not soggy, I've had soggy Alfredo pizza.
Ooh.
It wasn't good. Pineapple pizza is the dumbest invention.
What, ham and pineapple?
That's
really good.
I like the ham. Yeah, if it's done right.
Yeah, I'm eating corn dog.
I suppose if it's done right, yeah.
I mean, I've had pineapple on pizza. It tastes just fine. I don't see what the whole fight is about.
What do you think, Michael Hilton? Pineapple on pizza?
Got pineapple and sweet and sour sauce.
What do you
I
think,
like
Michael?
the
Hilton?
pineapple on the top of the cheese because then it doesn't dry out the or water
Pineapple
down the
on
sauce.
pizza? Yes or
I feel
no?
like Anchor IPA that could really work with a lot of. It can't work with a pizza.
Yeah.
It's not going to work with a pizza.
Oh, it's not going.
You're going to be all like bloated after that meal. But I feel like this could work with some good Chinese.
Chinese
feel
food in
like
IPA.
Chinese food
Chinese food.
will really pair well.
Oh yeah.
Perhaps another chopsticks lesson, anybody?
Double sauteed pork, a cow fun.
You could use your corn dog sticks
Cow
as
fun.
chopsticks.
Yeah.
Corn, yeah, your corn dog has a chopstick. in it.
Beer reactor.
I got tons of
Reactor,
chopsticks.
What are you doing?
Let's see. Let me see if I can actually do that.
Chopstick 101. Listen, people. Listen up, you jabronis. You can learn.
James will love
No.
jalapeno with 2 eggs.
No. The short answer on that is that's a straight up no. That's not going to work.
Probably.
Do you like jalapeno with 2 eggs there, James?
I like any kind of hot pepper created by Mother Nature. I like them all. Habaneros.
Even Carolina Reapers.
Have hot peppers at home.
Oh, Carolina Reapers.
That'll kill anybody.
Do I need to eat one right now? Uh-oh.
The Scoville units on the Carolina Reaper is
Over 2 million. Thank you.
Hot pepper challenge, huh?
you
Live
can,
on camera?
The Korean fire noodles are made out of Korean ghost peppers. That sauce is so.
I got 2 packages left. I think I got a curry style and 2X maybe.
So, what did you think of the double spicy?
That is way too fucking hot. That is unbearable.
I thought it was painful.
It's very painful. The original was much nicer.
The original you could tolerate. I mean, I love the original.
My favorite aspect of it is number 1. I like the texture of the noodle, and I like. I've turned out to be not a huge fan of the soupy ramen noodles. I like the more stir-fry style. What's going on? What's on the margarita?
Jacob Downey, what time zone are you?
Over easy? Yes, I will agree. I like over easy. Sometimes scrambled. Omelets are
3 eggs scrambled.
chop up those jalapenos, put them in your omelet.
eggs over sleazy. I had that in a go-go bar once.
I don't want to know what that was.
Yeah, I sense maybe abortion was involved in that. I really don't want to know.
What was your fortune?
There's no chicken embryos involved. I know the Philippines eat a duck embryo, balayut, or I forgot. It's like begins with a B. It's a fertilized egg where there's a very soft embryo inside, and you eat it. I won't, but they do.
Comment, people. Gabriel says, "I like sunny side up eggs, crispy, fully cooked."
I like sunny side up, sunny side down, but don't turn them over, Gabriel.
Tyler says, "Look it up, Jacob. It's a
Tyler
classy
says, look it up,
pizza
Jacob.
with
It's a
everything."
classy pizza.
Okay, it's simple. Tomato sauce, mozzarella.
Go with tomato sauce, single fresh mozzarella, and topped with basil, and cooked in wood fire.
All right.
Then
We got Michael Hilton. Please subscribe to Michael Hilton. He drinks IPAs this evening, and he is feeling the IPAs. All right. Cheers. We love you, sir. Keep up the good work on your channel. We can see the door. You go right outside that slider door, and you review those beers. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
People don't realize with a wood-burning oven, you cannot walk away. You have to keep rotating the food since the heat comes from one direction.
Even on a charcoal.
Yeah.
Wood-burning oven, yeah.
Subscribe to Jacob down here.
Well, speaking of cooking stuff like grills and oven, fire roasted
I'm
ovens,
hungry.
who here
I'm gonna eat
likes their steaks medium?
I
like
medium to medium rare.
I like medium, right in the middle.
Medium rare to rare.
Not me.
I like a little bit more done of a burger just because if I'm picking it up, I don't want it to drip all over me.
Well, burgers, the minimum you can have a burger is medium well.
Yeah.
But a steak,
Medium rare.
you can actually have it blue rare, which is 30 seconds on each side.
Ooh, medium rare for me on a steak and rare for a tuna steak.
I've had blue rare, 30 seconds on each side. Basically, you might as well just be a carnivore at that point.
Jesus. That's crazy.
Now, interestingly, one time I had a freshly cut steak raw and did not get food poisoning or did not get sick. That was a very interesting experience.
I used to love the steak tartare, the European recipe of eating raw ground beef with, I think there was chopped onions, or I forgot the exact recipe, but it's pretty much a raw ground beef burger. It's 100% raw.
Ground beef, you can eat raw because the bacteria gets in the meat. Now, steak, on the other hand, you can eat raw if it's freshly cut because the bacteria just gets on the top of the meat.
Yeah, you're right. It can't be any ground beef or any.
You can't do that with eggs. You can't do that with eggs. So it's like, trying to crack the egg into the beer. No, you can't do that. But you can't do that with the steak. You can't do that with the steak. You can eat it by itself, not do anything, just so long as it's still, fresh. So the eggs, no. But I feel like somebody should make like a steak and beer.
An egg, if an egg doesn't have salmonella, it supposedly there's a substance in a raw egg called avidin which destroys biotin in the bloodstream. But E. coli.
Thank you.
When you think of beef, you're thinking about E. coli. But
or green onions at Taco Bell.
Yeah, cross-contamination.
Oh yes, I've gotten food poisoning from cross-contamination, and I'm very particular about that shit.
Yeah, and for those out there that had food poisoning, it is an extremely unpleasant affliction.
Yeah.
Imagine having a flu that your body's aching, you're shivering, you're cold, and you just feel like absolute shit. But when you do decide to go to the bathroom and your body decides to get rid of it, you're basically upchucking and you're having it come out the other end to the point where it's like someone turns on the hot and cold faucets on full blast at the same time. Your best bet, get you some rodeo gloves and some rope, tie yourself to the toilet and hold on.
Yeah, that's it. That's food poisoning.
But whenever it's all done, you feel so much better.
That's why you have health department inspections that supposedly do their job.
I can tell you all the places I've had food poisoning. I've had food poisoning in the first place I got it was at a place called Ryan's. Before a Golden Corral came in there, I got food poisoning from chicken. And I think I know which piece of chicken I got it from. One of their thighs was not cooked thoroughly, and it was supposed to be grilled chicken. Yeah, I got sick off of that. The second time I got food poisoning was at Taco Bell chicken. I've had food poisoning at McDonald's before, their McChicken. No, that's fine. I don't drink Sprite. Thank you, though.
Let's see here. I like my steak with no pink, fully cooked.
So you like it well.
I like it medium rare. A steak must have some red, says all the 5-star cooks.
Yeah, I got to see red. Yeah, I got to see red. A little
burgers, yum. Raw meat won't kill. I watched a documentary. This guy addicted to raw beef. Ooh. Oh, he made the pizza. Whoa.
Oh, look at that. Now we're gonna. Oh no, I got to really pick out one after the show.
All right.
Now we got some food.
Yes, now we got. Well, I just ate corn dogs with ketchup and mustard mixed together.
We got Red Baron pizza. Oh, look at the. You guys can see the steam.
Yeah. Well, E. coli is
That was hot right there. Hot out the oven. Food poisoning is popular, says Tyler.
Yeah.
Burger King
Cirrhosis
does.
would be
And we are doing red bear.
Jeebus.
Red bear.
Yes, we're all eating
We gotta
food right
get-
now.
we gotta
I'm so glad.
We got to with us. It's a real good sport. And right
Now here's what I'm having to go with it: hickory barbecue, wavy lays.
Lays,
maybe. And
Lays,
Carmen
very good.
was eating
Look
black
at this
bread with a
look at this
roadkill hot dog.
What's Toy Story?
Oh man, the
Now we're
aroma on
a
the
food
red
review
Baron,
show. All right.
The aroma on the red Baron is absolutely delectable. No sort of excess oiliness, no excess oiliness at all. Just very, very meaty, cheesy mozzarella. You're getting the mozzarella. You're getting the marinara.
Botulism? What did he say?
Gabriel
You're
says,
getting the
yum, pizza,
mozzarella. You're getting
salmonella.
the
Tasty.
marinara.
I used to know a guy named Salvatore Manella. He was a chef. Salvatore Manella.
Salvatore Manella. Got
Manella.
Yeah.
Hey, what are you doing? My name is Sal Manella. Oh, I meant to ask Gabriel. Alex did a show I heard about oatmeal. What can you possibly say for 1 hour about oatmeal?
Going about the different flavors? I don't know.
Unless you're talking about flavored oatmeal, like you said.
I mean, my wife likes oatmeal. She likes brown sugar and cinnamon flavored oatmeal, which is actually pretty tasty.
Well,
I
you
think.
can do the flavored ones where you just add hot water. You can do it.
Now, one thing I do not like, I despise grits. Ugh, grits are nasty.
Grits? Yeah, how many hominies are in a pound of grits?
Grits are awesome.
How many hominies?
Harmonies, like in music, vocal harmonies?
I'm not picky when it comes to breakfast, but I will not eat grits.
Grits are actually from it's a Native American recipe similar to
Harmonies, grits?
lime to process the corn.
Right.
Yeah, it's goes way back. Enrich means it's processed. They remove probably the bran, the germ.
Look at this.
I like Bob's Red Mill, which look at that. Looks like a pizza schlong.
Wow.
Well, when you were talking about the Screaming Sicilian Pizza,
yeah.
So I figured who could be the perfect person to have on Screaming Sicilian pizzas.
Vic, Pistol Vic.
No, I thought of someone even better. I nominate Joe Pesci with a baseball bat.
With a baseball bat.
Yeah. I mean, he is an angry Sicilian from Brooklyn, so close enough, I guess.
Well, because he's diminutive. That's, he might have Napoleonic complex,
I mean, you would be surprised as to what he can solve with just one house visit and a baseball bat.
You ever see the baseball bat that Terry Funk from wrestling used to have the barbed wire wrapped around the bat?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like a Louisville Slugger.
Amarillo, Texas.
Was it like a Louisville Slugger?
Yeah, with barbed wire wrapped around it.
Well, my wife decided to go ahead and take a shower, so I can go ahead and be a little I can say one thing that she does not like me to say, but I said it last night. She got very angry, but I still find it very funny. So we were playing Grand Theft Auto 5 online last night, and this woman in the game got so happy. She was just jumping up and down with something in her hand. I'm just like, yeah, that woman is happier than a nymphomaniac with cerebral palsy and a box of open condoms.
What the hell?
Or she could be theoretically madder than a hair lip trying to order Worcestershire sauce at the steakhouse.
Wow.
Yes, we went there.
A funny joke I used to hear is they would say they would tell someone you couldn't get laid in a monkey whorehouse with a sack full of bananas.
That's not right. It's not right at all.
But
Right.
The better question is, what isn't right? Well, what is right with us? We shouldn't be asking what is wrong with us. The question we should be asking is, what is right with us?
That we drank so much beer that we want food.
there's nothing right about this show. It's Black Friday Fandango after hours lunacy.
I mean, yeah, I think I kind of went a little too far with those jokes, but you know what? I don't care who you are; those are funny.
You know what? I think that now,
Hey,
Thomas
does the Octomom count as an octopus?
the Octomom had like 4 kids, and she got fertility drugs, like she really needed them, and she became the Octomom.
Jeez.
Yeah, like you had 4 children, you really need fertility drugs.
Oh, and by the way, those jokes I just now told you all, I told them to the guys and girls at work. Let's just say I got a bunch of looks like, what the hell is wrong with me, with the mixture of busting out laughing later.
Yes, he's right. Gabrielle is right. The Irishman is on Netflix. You're absolutely right, Gabrielle.
Hey, it's Woody.
I looked it up on Netflix this evening. It's like a 3.5-hour movie.
But still, Joe Pesci. He's a national icon and a national treasure.
Oh, De Niro's in it. Pesci's in it.
Pizza.
There's a whole bunch of them in there.
How's that Red Baron? That's a good pizza, huh?
Red Baron.
It could just be your camera angle, but it looks like your mustache and your goatee got a little bit of the pizza too. You got to have that grow too. I mean, it is a growing facial hair.
It's this is a 99 out of 100. I think the facial hair is like a 0 out of 100, but I feel like the Red Baron is a 99.
All right.
Too bad I don't have harmony grits, so I could dribble it down my chin onto my
grits, just grits. Ugh.
No self-respecting Southerner would eat instant grits. We take pride in our grits.
Jacob, definitely good.
Damn. I think I might have had grits once years ago. I don't even remember it.
There's something called cornmeal mush. I had that in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania.
Dead.
Lancaster. Yep, I've been to Lancaster in Pennsylvania.
Sounds about right.
You know what? I love Scrapple. I don't care what anybody says. I love head cheese. Scrapple's great.
Head cheese. Is that what you get underneath the whatchamacall when you've not washed down there for a few days?
From under cheese?
No, head cheese.
No, no, it's just pig part. That's all. From the face. From the pig, chopped up.
Oh, well, my dumbass thought it was when us guys not washed down there for a few days and we get that whatchamacallit.
No,
that's what I thought head cheese was.
Underneath the scrotum. That's from sweat. From it's like a yeasty fungi.
Holy, Tyler bought cannabis for Black Friday and smoked it with Gabe. Sure he did.
Cannabis for Black Friday smoke. Yeah, well, come online and smoke it.
I guess that'll be all right. Is Joe Pesci gonna come back to the big screen?
If he does, it would be amazing. I think, granted, the guy's in his 70s now, but just because he's 70 still doesn't mean he can pick up a baseball bat and whoop somebody's ass if need be.
Well, look at what's his face, Clint Eastwood.
Mm-hmm.
He's still doing it.
Oh damn, dude!
Remember when Joe Pesci stuck the pen in that was Casino with it?
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
But
getting people in here with swearing words. Oh boy. Yeah.
Well,
hey, get that right. What?
Well, when my wife gets out of the shower, we're going to play some Grand Theft Auto Online. But before I do go, I do have one interesting book that I do want to show you all that I've been reading. So if you had to take a random guess that you did not think I did this, what would you think it would be?
Something that you did that I would never think in a million years that you would have done.
Oh, well.
Or do and have been doing since I was about 16 years old.
Masturbating.
Besides drinking and besides masturbating. Well, we got to keep language appropriate here.
Singing in a church choir.
Oh God, no. Me singing church choir. Where's me even going to church in this picture?
In a room alone with an altar boy.
It's Christmas.
No, it's not Christmas yet. We put up Christmas decorations, but it's not Christmas yet.
An evangelist. You're an evangelist, like Peter Popoff. You got the sacred water from your bathroom sink, and you sell it as holy water.
You've been talking to the president of the Ukraine for the last 30 years.
No, it's nothing to do with religion.
Let's see here. You've been going. We're not going to get this, but let me try.
Well, I'll go ahead and help you narrow it down. It's nothing to do with religion.
At Dollar Tree for your whole life. I don't know.
No, I do shop at Dollar Tree if I need to get something and I don't want to go to the grocery store.
Damn,
I'll go there.
I go to Dollar Tree also. I go to all
right, I'll go ahead and I'll help you narrow this down. It's not me working out, although I have started working out again to lose weight, but no, it's not working out. And no, it's not playing with Woody dolls, as my stepson didn't get me Woody.
I like the Puppet Master doll.
I agree, Gabriel.
Puppet Master dolls used to go out and kill people.
Mm-hmm.
And, assassins, yeah.
Okay, so even though I'm not religious, I do believe in psychic abilities, and I do believe that we are capable of predicting the future with certain degree of accuracy. And this knowledge has been passed down from many, many generations, which I do practice in, even though I'm agnostic atheist. But there is a science and a psychology behind it. It does require some meditation to a great extent, opening your third eye, but
the hypothalamus gland.
Yeah, the hypothalamus gland. And it is an acquired skill that anybody and everybody can do, but some are going to do better than others. And I present to you.
Wow.
No, this.
Ultimate guide to the tarot cards?
Yeah, tarot cards. I can read them and interpret them.
All right. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to show you. I got the ancient tarot cards of Marseille, France. They're very hard to find.
Wow.
Oh, the Marseille deck. Oh, boy. This I got to see.
All right.
So, yeah, I've got different decks, but I do not have the Marseille deck. The one I primarily use is the Universal Rider-Waite deck.
Okay, now, I got the...
Quiet, please settle down.
I got the... Back in the, I would say the early 1990s, and I found them on Margarita Island, Venezuela, and I always heard, here we are. I always heard about them.
Yeah, the Lettre de Marseille.
Okay, I always heard about them, and I always wanted a deck like this because I felt they were the most colorful. They were the most colorful of the tarot deck.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Well, I use the Universal Rider-Waite, which is illustrated here on the cover.
Let me find. Oh, here we like for instance.
Yeah, the sun.
The sun, but they're pretty. I mean, they're artistic. You know, they're
So I've been doing my research to see where the origins of tarot actually come from, and there's a lot of different sources that you can draw from. But from what I've been able to find, they come from all kinds of different sources. I mean, they're a collection of pictures. I've got all kinds of different religions, political figures, etc., etc. Now, it does come from ancient Egypt. It also comes from ancient Greece, ancient Rome, the medieval period, the Renaissance. It's got Christian influence, Judaic influence, Islamic influence, Hindu influence, Buddhistic influence, Shinto influence. It's got all kinds of different influences. But the word is what people want to debate on as to where it comes from. But it comes from the two words ro and ta, which means time wheel.
Hey, Daddy, my breath stinks.
Well, let's go brush your
Not a
teeth for a
great
minute.
thing that your breath stinks.
Well, he said his breath stinks. He has no brain to mouth filter now. He's at that age where he thinks it, he just says it.
Oh, does your breath stink, James?
Am I
Does Sprite make your breath stink?
am I breastfeeding? What?
No, breath. Does it stink?
Breath? I don't know. I don't think people can really tell unless someone else gives them the bad news. I mean,
Third eye, my dickle. Where in the hell did that even come from?
Cotton Eye Joe.
Cotton Eye Joe, you said?
Where did you come from? Where'd you go? Where'd you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
The song? Okay.
Anyway, yes, back to the Tarot Marseille deck. So the deck is divided up into two decks.
Major
It's 78, the major and minor arcana. So the major arcana is the first 22, and the minor arcana are the bottom 56. So if you see something that either ends in a 0 through 21, that is the major arcana. So the minor arcana is divided up into 4 different suits. You've got swords, pentacles, wands, and cups, each correlating to the elements, of course. The sword being air, wands being fire, cups being water, and pentacles being earth.
Yeah, well, the swords depict an action taken. The cups, I think, evolved into the hearts. Cups would be emotion. The pentacles would be, the clubs would be like personal growth or something. I think the pentacles, the coins, I think became, prosperity, wealth. But I learned from this book that I'm going to go get that the aces represent a new beginning of any of the elements. It represents something, a major change in your life. It's the beginning of something.
Yes, aces are beginnings, but it correlates to what kind of beginning. So if it's a sword, which is the air element, usually swords indicate, action, but it could also indicate a new conflict. Cups usually are your emotions, desires. Wands are, cups usually are your emotions. Wands are usually desires.
Right.
Pentacles are what you possess. Now, what they are going by with possession, yeah, that's just taken there. So,
possible for a card to accidentally reverse in the shuffling process.
I don't do reverses, and I'll tell you why. The cards themselves give enough of a balanced message as is anyway. You don't have to read them in reverse. Okay. Because the cards themselves have positive and negative connotations depending upon where you put them in the spread. But getting back to the last one with Pentacles. So it's not necessarily what you possess. It's physical, material wealth, but it could also be other things like a wealth of knowledge, a wealth of experience, things like that usually. Aces usually are new beginnings. Twos are decision-making usually. Threes are when the stuff is coming together. Fours are when you go ahead and start to take action. Fives are your midway point. 6 is when you've gone past the midway point, but you're at a bit of a crossroads. 7 is the resolution of the crossroad. 8s usually are the final step that evolve into the 9s. The 9s usually are where there's either the make or break moment. She's in the shower. And the 10s are usually the ending of something or the completion for a new cycle. Now, those are 1 through 10. Now you've got 11, 12, 13, and 14. 11 being pages, 12s being knights, 13s being queens, 14s being kings. Well, I'll brush your teeth here in just a moment. Hang on. So these are known as the court cards. So Pages are young feminine energy. Knights are young masculine energy. Queens are mature feminine energy, and kings are mature masculine energy. Now, people have this misconception that, if a king or a queen pops up, it's specifically only someone of that sex or that gender. Okay. Not necessarily. A queen can be represented by a male or a female, just like a king can be represented by a male or female. Same thing with the knight or a page. It's all about masculine and feminine energy. So it could represent male or female. It all depends on whether the male or female is exercising their masculine or feminine energy at that time.
Yeah, let me see if I still have this particular book to see if you recognize it. Okay. It's a really comprehensive.
And Thomas Metal 75 has gone quiet.
Daddy, this one's old.
Well, if it's old, throw it away.
Hold on. Michael Hilton is already gone live in his own channel. He didn't say, yeah, I'm going live.
Well, oh well.
Michael Hilton's already live, James P. Madonna.
I'm sorry.
Mastering the Tarot
by Eden
Gray.
Tarot. It's a pretty good comprehensive book. I've seen many. My mother was always involved in mysticism, so out of all the books, this one, as you can see, it's I've had it for a while, but it mentions all the different ways to lay them out. It's not always the 10 cards. You can do something called the Hungarian method, which is like a short reading. Which is
I'm listening. Just got me in my mic for a second. I'm still listening.
Yeah, like 3 piles. After you shuffle it, you cut them into 6 piles. I think. Well, there's 3 rows, and I'm sorry. There's 3 rows, and there's 3 levels per row. They call that the Hungarian method. Then there's the standard one where you lay out, I think 10 cards. Mm-hmm. But it's a good book for those that are interested in learning.
I've read that one. This one's much better. This one goes into more details about the cards. That's more for if you're interested in spreads. But if you're more interested in learning the history, the origins, the archetypes, the cards themselves, this is really the one you want.
That's a good book to start with.
Yes.
Yours.
Because let's just, I'll give you a brief overview as to what's in it. So it does give you an introduction, how to begin, card layouts, but the primary focus is about each individual card itself. Okay. Like, most of the cards, it dedicates about 2 to 4 and even sometimes 6 pages per card. And it gives you, the element, the zodiac sign, the sun and the moon symbol. It gives you the upright interpretation, the reverse interpretation, how to interpret the picture itself, what symbology is there, where it comes from, etc., etc.
And who wrote that book? Who's the?
This one is by Liz Dean. I got this at, was it Barnes and Noble or Books a Million? I can't remember.
That looks good. That looks like a great book to start with. The catalog is incredibly accurate, because one time one of my exes wanted me to do a reading. And it foretold our relationship coming to an end, and I didn't tell her that part, but it came true.
So the Hermit, yeah, making fun of the Hermit, the ninth card of the major arcana.
There you go.
Kermit the Frog.
It is accurate. It is accurate, but what it actually shows is not 100% set in stone. So although it can show you the past with excellent detail, because that's already happened, it can show you a lot of what's going on in the present, and it can predict the future with a certain degree of accuracy. However, if you want what it shows you to happen, you have to follow it as it shows. Because if you make any changes, however small or big they may or may not seem, you may do the exact same reading a week later, and you might get something completely different. Because you changed something or you didn't follow it the way it was supposed to have been followed. Now, what can you predict or what can you do readings of with it? You could do like job, career, personal growth, relationships, love. But there is one that if you do it, I approach it with extreme caution because I've seen it happen. They're not necessarily good or evil or demonic or angelic. They don't like open portals and like bring all these spirits into your house and this, that, and the other. However, do not ever ask it about death because you might not like what it shows. That's like, one you stay away from. And also, if you ever approach it with evil or malicious intent, it will actually not work.
Damn.
I don't know why, but it won't.
Shit, those playing cards.
But they're not necessarily like, as in, they're not angelic, they're not demonic, they're not spiritual in any way. However, the 78 cards all have different pictures, but they also unlock 78 different aspects inside of your mind, which ultimately open up your third eye, which is the hypothalamus. And when your third eye is open, it's a very interesting experience. You get a very interesting sensation, like right here in the center of your forehead, about right here. And whenever you do open your eyes, it kind of feels like it blinks in synchrony with your two eyes that you already have. So what does it do? It makes you more receptive to what's going on around you. It makes you more receptive in terms of how your left brain works, how your right brain works. And it puts the two together and also kind of ascends you beyond the left brain versus right brain delirium that some people have. Because the way the two brains operate is very different from each other, but they also complement each other at the same time. Your left brain is very logistical. Think of it as like a drill sergeant. But your right brain is very creative. It's not necessarily logical. It's more like a hippie. So when you got a drill sergeant and a hippie in the same place, some very interesting things can happen. But what it ultimately does is it heightens your sense of awareness consciously, and it does unlock your subconscious. Not 100%, but it does allow you to use more of your brain power that you necessarily may not be able to use normally. That's why people advise if you're very closed-minded, you don't like seeing the world in different shades of colors, you don't like seeing it from different perspectives, don't bother trying to open up your third eye. You will not like what you see.
What do you know about pendulums and divining rods? You haven't
never used them.
Okay, all right.
I don't know nothing about it. I just think it's kind of a hokey religious thing.
Well, are you guys into crystals at all?
I have a pair of copper divining rods that I got from an occult company.
Anybody need a crystal? Come on, people.
Oh, crystal! I got crystal pyramids galore. I got all kinds of crystal.
Let me get Jacob Downey. He will hook you up for the phenomenal fee of whatever you pay.
I just cut this piece of iolite.
There's the Eye of Sauron. No, I don't know. Dang! Look at that. What do you think, old Frankie?
What is that? Ooh, now that's pretty.
Thank you. It's a piece of garnet. Here's a littler piece of garnet. I just.
Oh, look, he's looking for a ghost up there. What the?
Okay, now divining rods. Now, when they come together, it means yes. When they come, they drift apart. It means no. Divining rods. Oh, Frankie, that book that he showed. Is that just about the finest book for beginners that wish to study the tarot?
What was it showing?
It says yes. It came together. Now I put the straws in it for a reason, so there's no friction. Now, old Frankie, what he said about the third eye and the hypothalamus gland and everything he said tonight, was he 100% accurate and definitely on the money about his information? Yes.
What the hell are you smoking?
He's not manipulating him. I can see right now he's not doing anything to make a move.
Now, old Frankie, is his abilities and what he says, is he often misunderstood by people that are incapable of deep thought? Yes.
He's not doing anything. I'm shitting you not. I'm watching him. He's not doing anything.
And now, is old Frankie studying the tarot? Is this going to lead to something grand concerning his abilities with his third eye and mysticism?
No.
Yes.
Oh.
Well, I haven't studied and actually done the tarot in a while. I just started picking it up again.
What in the world? What?
Now, all the crystal pyramids that I have,
Do I like women? No. What the hell?
do they have the power that I hear about on Ancient Aliens because of the shape of the pyramid?
I can already tell you that one. That one's definitely going to be a yes.
Yes.
Give it a no statement. The world is flat.
The beer shows conducted by Ron DiTirio and Thomas Metal 75, are they the most informative, educational, all-round beer review shows and liquor review shows in the world? Oh, can you, if I took my time, can you pick winning lottery numbers for me?
What the?
Now, do you think that old Frankie can be a part of a live show all about mysticism and deep subjects of that nature? Yes.
I mean, how can I if I'm agnostic atheist? That's what I'm curious about.
Well, not as a religion. As
This is some creepy shit, Jacob.
Just how does mysticism go into agnostic atheism? That's what I'm curious about.
now, does mysticism come from different sources aside from one's own natural ability?
I say 50-50.
Everything's a yes, nothing's a no.
Is Gabriel Solias, does he own a fine Mexican restaurant in Arizona?
Oh, wow. Okay, so we got a no. And it looks like not only a no, but hell nah.
No.
Yeah, that's not only a no, that's a hell nah.
No, you don't own no restaurant. Otherwise, I'd be flying down there and hanging out.
Okay. All right, well, let's see here. Let me ask, is there a way that I can ask it some questions?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Okay. So how do I ask the questions to it?
Just say it.
All right. Well, let's see here. Are my analyses and understandings of various subjects very diverse, or are they very one-sided and closed-minded?
Well, I think you gotta do yes or no.
Okay, well, let's try with the first part. Are my analyses and understanding of different subjects closed-minded and very one-sided?
No.
All right. So are my analyses and understandings very diverse and open-minded from different sources?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Out of all my different analyses and understandings, what hang on, let me see here. Out of all my different analyses and understanding, am I right about 90% plus of the time?
Yes.
Okay, so at least I'm batting 90%. I can take that. Okay. Now, this one's probably going to no, but if this one says yes and listen, I will literally shit a brick. Okay, am I right 100% on what it is I say? No way. No fucking way.
That doesn't.
No way. No way. So even my hang on. So even my stance, and as radical as it may seem to some on gun control, is correct. No way. No fucking way.
Now, would an open carry, stand your ground state, would the customers be intimidated by this and leave the restaurant? No? Well, I guess the divining rods like old Frankie. I guess they like old Frankie.
Jesus.
Okay.
I guess
Divining,
you like Frankie, right?
okay, divining rods. Do you like me or something? Oh, that moved quick.
Almost whacked me in the eyeball.
Old divining rods. You want to go on a date?
Huh?
I don't think they.
It.
Wow.
You want to go on a date with the divining rod?
I don't know. They said yes.
I think you got a date with some spirits.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, does Eric mean that he's looking for a girl to date? Is that what he meant? Oh, okay.
Will he get a girl to date soon or in the near future?
Part of a rock band. He'll get tons of chicks. Would he get a girl that is
I
compatible?
don't like those rods anymore.
Yeah, you're gonna find somebody compatible.
Ooh. Oh, Eric, you might be the next married
I'm the
man.
drummer of Oxblood Forge.
Wait, what was that question
I'm
about?
the drummer of Oxblood Forge.
Is Eric the drummer of Oxblood Forge, the rock band?
Why is it taking that long? What the hell?
No, it said yes. Is Rod Serling a good name for you? Oh, yeah.
Who's Rod?
Okay, it's got a good sense of humor too.
Got a sense of humor, but
All
right. Why I use straws? I mean, fat straws, so there's no friction.
All right, well, let's see here. Let me ask it a few questions.
1 + 1 banana.
All right, so this is one I'm debating on. Should I change jobs and go back to my old job here soon? It's saying here soon I should go back to my old job.
Would there be a even better opportunity for old Frankie than his old job? That was a fat freaking no. You see how
Okay. All right. So I probably have an idea. Okay, so if I go back to my old job, will I receive a promotion?
Yes.
All right, well, let's see what kind of promotion it might be. Will I be a front-end manager?
It's a yes to everything.
All right. Now, there are multiple food cities here in the city of Kingsport. So let's see which one I should go to. Should I go to the one that I used to work at, or should I go to a different one? Should I go to the one I used to work at?
There's another yes, as usual.
All right. Should I go to the one that I applied for, a different one?
There's the no. It's not quite positive, but now it says no.
Singing the
Okay.
Eighth Aquarius by the Fifth Dimension. This
All right.
dawning of the year.
All right. So okay. Well, I'll keep playing along. So if I go back to my old job, would I get a promotion in 1 month?
Nope.
Okay, 2 months.
Oh, it's going real fast now. Yes.
Yes.
Within 2 months, I would get a promotion.
Bike.
This is the dawning of
All right, we have to know definitively. Did Iron Maiden write the song Beat It?
Oh, it's thinking. And it's looking like that's a no.
Thank you. All right. Creepy.
Hey, baby.
Obvious questions sometimes.
All right.
Hey, baby.
I'm getting weary and hungry.
I don't know, but James has got these really cool things on here called, what are they called?
They're divining rods.
James has got these cool devices called divining rods. So we've been asking it a series of questions, and it's been giving a lot of different yeses, but very few nos. And I've been watching him. He's not manipulating these things at all.
I think I've heard of them.
You've heard of them? She's looking them up.
Okay.
Looking up divining rods?
Yeah, those are it. That's what he's got.
I think I've seen these. Like they've been like. I want to say they've been used on like Ghost Adventures and stuff.
They're using on Ghost Adventures?
I want to say. I think that's where I've heard of them.
Okay.
Gabrielle calls it a carrot.
Carrot cards are carrot cards.
No.
Quit doing that. I hear what you're doing.
No. And by the way, you spell them wrong whenever you spell them in the chat. They're just with one R.
Wouldn't it be funny if somebody made a Bugs Bunny carrot cards?
Carrot cards? Well, make playing cards out of carrots?
But for Gabrielle, so he could play games with me. Anyway, one more question because I'm getting mighty hungry after that guy's pizza waving in front of me. Let's just think of something good. So, divining rods. I'm thinking of starting a new Facebook page called New Age Mysticism and Healing, because I have I think she's a Reiki practitioner, a Reiki master. Do you think this page would be popular over time? Tell you one thing.
And who should be included?
You and this other chick who's a high, I don't know if she's a Wiccan high priestess, or she does, she heals with crystals. She does this, I don't know. I got to ask her exactly what she's trained in. But yeah, this page is going to be about deep subjects. I'm going to be posting ghost adventures, dead files. So you like the concept of this page, Divining Rods? Yeah, okay. All right. I might as well just make it then. Might as well make it, and actual live shows on Facebook could be done from page, I think. But you know what? It's better off done here because when you do a live show from Facebook, they used to allow you to add other people. Now all of a sudden that feature is gone.
Mm-hmm.
You're only doing a solo show. I'll double check, but I did it like from my phone. You used to be able to add people.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? This has been the most interesting of all the Fandango shows. To be honest,
People are showing up. People come. We still got 3,000 watching.
Wait, where do you see 3,000 watching?
Well, I see the number 3 watching, but everybody I hang out with adds a couple extra zeros to that number.
oh wait a minute. You added zeros that
Oh yeah, everybody else does. So why not?
means zero?
That means we got 3 people watching.
Oh gee.
3.
Here I thought it was 5,000, 6,000.
Hell no, we're not that popular.
Well, you know
We're
what?
trying, bitches.
Yeah, but you know what? This show is recorded and will appear on YouTube.
Is James from Back to the Future or a time traveler? Says Gabriel.
I wish I could beam to one of your fine Mexican restaurants in Arizona and gorge on enchiladas.
No.
Oh, God, enchiladas.
Yeah.
Blue corn. They got blue corn tortillas out down there.
Boy, make millions.
Tacos.
It doesn't know. Oh no, I won't make millions.
Does Gabriel know what sopas is in Mexican food?
Wow.
Okay.
Gabriel, you better type in a question now. We need to ask it.
Well, I mean,
Type of
all right.
question. Yeah, but don't make it good. Don't ask
You
anything.
said it was black tortillas.
What? Is there such thing as a black tortilla? I'm assuming made from black corn.
Yes, there is.
I've had the blue ones, but there is a black. Oh wow! Hey, now I'm fascinated. Now the Peruvians have this giant corn, this huge kernel. They call it choclo. Is that the name of this corn? Okay, all right. You don't have to be pushy now. All right, choclo. Okay. Now, of course, corn comes in all different colors, like potatoes. Potatoes, hundreds of varieties from the Andes Mountains. Is it really from the Incas?
No, I'm right here. What is it?
I guess.
Okay. Yes, corn is, and the peanut also is from the Andes.
All right. Well, damn.
You know what?
All right.
I gotta go eat.
Yeah. We're gonna call it a day at 3 hours and 6 minutes, going on 3 hours and 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We had Jacob Downey. He's a beer reactor. This guy called Michael Hilton. He's on Western Beer Reviews. I think he's live right now. He left to go live.
Who? Michael Hilton?
Yep.
He's doing his own show and left
Live.
Wait a minute. Deception among the ranks. Michael Hilton, should he be sent to Siberia to a gulag for doing what he did, for betraying us?
No.
Oh yes, you're on your way to the gulag.
Oh.
God, he's doing his own show. All right, you know what? That's a wrap.
That's a wrap, everybody. Subscribe to Jacob Downey. We got a whole Frankie, aka Gary Owens.
Don't forget Oxblood Forge rock group. Go to that link.
Oh, yeah, there was a link at one point. Yeah, go find that link. Oxbloodforge.bandcamp.com. Y'all join and y'all love it. And that was James C. Madonna. You can go watch him on Aggressive Discussions. And this is Thomas Metal 75 saying, I'm out of beer. Cheers.
Right.
And until next time, keep tasting those great beers. Cheers, and we'll all see you soon.
And that page will be created. And we will have upper management created too.
Will we see you soon?
Yeah, yeah, you will see me
Yes, we will.
in another parallel universe or something.
Please.
All right, bye-bye.